The Henderson State Sports Network proudly presents Reddie Football. Henderson State Reddie Football 2025 is live from 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘 Stadium in Arkadelphia. Reddie's Football is brought to you by Southern Bancorp, Oaklawn Hot Springs, the Reddie Bookstore, Pepsi, Bud Light, Southwest Auto Collection of Arkadelphia, Crylight, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, Chicken Express, Brookshire's, Hampton Inn, Sodexo, South Central Connect, and Harbor House Incorporated. Reddie's Football also brought to you by Two Rivers Federal Credit Union, Jessica Hormel State Farm, Roger Wingfield State Farm, Baptist Health, Domino's, Hostess Brands, Printmania, SCM Architects, LeVar Law Firm, Twin Rivers Rehabilitation and Healthcare, Java Primo, Bluebird Real Estate, and the Pregnancy Resource Center of Southwest Arkansas. And now it's time for the Domino's pregame show. Let's go to the booth for today's broadcast with the voice of the Reddies, Dylan Connolly.
And a good afternoon to each and every one of you. We welcome you into 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘 Stadium on the campus of Henderson State University alongside my partner, the Hall of Famer, Troy Mitchell. Troy, good to see you.
Great to be with you. Welcome to the booth yourself, Dylan.
Yeah, just another day in the office. Seems like the office is a little different than it normally is, but it's a good game we got on tap day. Southern Arkansas coming to town. They're a really stout team, 2-1 on the season, and a lot of people in the GAC and the region seem to think that the winner of this game will have an inside track to the playoffs.
Yeah, it could very well be. The thing about Southern Arkansas, they come in with a little chip on their shoulder. You know, they lost last week against Harding. Played a tough Harding team. Played them well for the most part, but that Harding offense was just too much. 460-some yards of rushing offense. And that's what Harding's going to do. But Southern Arkansas has won 3 straight against the Reddies, and especially a big win last year over in El Dorado. So, it's time for Henderson to end that streak.
It'd be a good time to do it. Henderson coming into this one 3-0. They are one of 3 undefeated teams in this conference, joining Harding and Arkansas Tech, kind of the darlings of the GAC this year.
A new coach this year for Arkansas Tech. They're playing at home against Arkansas monticello. We'll talk a little bit about that. But I think, it's going to come down. Harding's going to be there, and then it's going to come down if Henderson and Arkansas Tech. Who could there be a second spot there? But you can't have more than 2 losses, So
Correct.
Hopefully, Henderson can run the table if they lose to Harding. Harding can be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to learn to contain it. But right now, they got to take this game, and that's what Coach Allworth's been saying. 1 game at a time. Let's keep playing it 1 game at a time. And Southern Arkansas is right in front of them, and they have been the nemesis for Henderson State the last 3 years.
Should be a good one today here at Henderson State University. It's family day. Families in town. People starting to file in here at beautiful 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 that whoever wins the turnover battle is probably going to have the inside track to this one.
Yeah, and then that's been the way the last few years. Do not have the turnovers. Like I said, Southern Arkansas used to rely a lot on their passing game, but now they're taking it to the ground game. They run little short out passes. I mean, they have about a 70% completion ratio with 2-quarterback system, but they're usually short outs. Henderson State likes to go for the deep ball and everything. Edwards is going to have to be right on the money. Can't have any mistakes. Both teams have only committed 4 turnovers this year, both of them, So they've limited their turnovers, but whatever defense steps up and forces more turnovers, I really think that team's going to win the game. And it usually happens. The team that creates the most turnovers wins the ball game.
Well, the nighttime, as a wise man once said, is the right time. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. We're going to take a short little break, and we'll have the Coaches Show here in just a couple moments here on the Henderson State Football Network.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Print Mania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Print Mania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Print Mania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Print Mania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Back here in the broadcast booth here at Henderson State University. We're going to take a short little break. We have a coach's interview. David Salley is going to sit down with Greg Holsworth.
Welcome back to the Domino's pregame show. It's now time for our Coach's Corner segment, sponsored by Brookshire's. We're joined now by head coach Greg Holsworth. Coach, big game this weekend here in Arkadelphia at Carpenter Haygood Stadium under the lights. It's your 24th-ranked Henderson State Reddies against old AIC rival Southern Arkansas. They don't come a whole lot bigger than this. I know this is a big one for both teams. The Reddies are 3-0, Southern Arkansas 2-1. It's family day here in town, so it should be a great crowd, a great atmosphere. I just want to get your early impressions on Southern Arkansas, what you've seen from them watching film. We know this is a good team. They run the ball well. They're good up front. What do you see from them when you turn on the tape? What is some of the stuff that jumps out at you?
Well, David, you already mentioned it. They are a good football team. Offensively, they can do a lot to hurt you. They've got a dynamic quarterback, really two of them that they play that can move around, can throw the ball. They're very proficient in the run game. I mean, year in, year out under Coach 𝗦𝗨𝗕, that's something he hangs his hat on, and this year's no different. I mean, they can create explosive plays in the run game, not just plod along. Defensively, they do a great job. They're good up front. They've got DBs. They're fast in the second and third levels. I mean, they're a complete football team that doesn't have many holes, and it's always an exciting matchup when you play a team like that.
When you're facing a team like this, who you know up front is going to be solid on both sides, they've got playmakers, what's the key for you on both sides of the ball? You know, how do you mitigate what will be one of the best defensive fronts you see? And then, you know, on the other side of the ball, with a unit like theirs that, you know, can move people around, is able to run the ball a little bit, what are the things you have to do schematically to kind of combat that a little bit?
Well, offensively, you've got to stay on schedule. You know, when you have you can't have negative plays. You can't get behind the schedule and put yourself in situations that are third and long, that are tough to manage, where you can let a good front, pin their ears back and pass rush and create an advantage like that. So we got to stay on schedule, execute at a high level, and really, you know, I bring up execution. You flip to the other side of the ball, it's the same thing. You know, we've got it in the run game a lot. I truly believe it's physicality and execution, being in the right gap. We're going to have to do that to stop the run game with these guys. And then, you know, making sure that with all the things they do, they give you a lot of formation. Sometimes they go tempo, that we're lined up, we know where to be, our eyes are in the right spot, and play football the right way.
This has been a close game traditionally over the years. It's gone both ways over the course of time. Southern Arkansas has gotten the better of us the last couple years, and several of those were really close games. What, from your perspective, is the most important thing in sort of breaking through that wall this year in some of these games that have been close? What's the one thing that your team has to do well on Saturday to knock this team down and get a win?
You know, when you have games that are close, you can always go back and look at one or two plays here or there. I mentioned execution, and that's really what football comes down to. But, you know, we've had a couple costly turnovers in those games that have made a difference. And in almost any football game, if you win the turnover battle and you don't have costly penalties, don't have costly turnovers, you're going to put yourself in a position to win. As I look at some of those over the years, we've had a couple of those situations pop up that, you know, at the end of the game, you know, gave them that edge where they were able to get over the top. So we're going to be looking to execute at a high level, avoid the penalties, avoid the turnovers, and we'll feel good about what happens after that.
I want to touch on your offense really quickly. You guys have put up some big numbers this year. The Reddies are currently second in the country in total yardage, averaging over 500 yards a game. The last 2 weeks, you've had the league's Offensive Player of the Week, Maddox Davis 2 weeks ago. It was Andrew Edwards last week. So the offense has really been rolling. This is unquestionably the biggest test they've faced so far this year. We all know that. You know, you talked about the execution of things. What do you want to see from them outside of the execution this weekend in order to kind of keep things rolling offensively?
You know, one of the reasons I think that have had the success we've had on offense so far is, you know, we have a lot of weapons all over the place. Whether, you know, Maddox, you brought up, Player of the Week, is a true freshman, you know, great young player with a bright future. We also have some guys that are seniors out there that are making great plays. And all of our guys have the ability when they touch the ball to do something special with it. And I think that's what's making our offense so dynamic right now. We're able to spread it around. Guys aren't selfish, but when they get the ball, they're able to showcase their natural ability. And that's what we're looking for on Saturday as well. Like, you know, it won't always come down to the perfect play call, you know, the perfect play design, all those type of things. We've got talented players. Get the football in their hands, the right guy, and go make somebody miss and get down the field, man, and just keep doing that. And that's what we've been able to do so far, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
We're looking forward to this one, Coach. 6 o'clock kickoff Saturday night in Arkadelphia under the lights against Southern Arkansas. Doesn't get much better than that. Should be a good one. Coach, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck against the Mule Riders.
Thank you, David.
That was our Coach's Corner segment, sponsored by Brookshire's. We'll be right back with much more here on the Domino's Pregame Show and the Henderson State Sports Network. Java Primo, where amazing coffee is just the beginning. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia, on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, and on the Square in Magnolia. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, gifts, or desserts, Java Primo has something amazing for everyone. Shop for gifts and gift cards for your favorite Reddie online 24/7 at javaprimo.com. Hostess is proudly creating job opportunities here in Clark County. Enjoy the sweet life and apply to join the Hostess team. The Arkadelphia Bakery is currently hiring for both salary and hourly positions. And while you're at it, go ahead and give one of their Twinkies, donuts, or jumbo honey buns a try. Your sweet tooth will be glad you did. Hostess, a proud supporter of the Henderson State Reddies.
Back here in the broadcast booth at Carpenter Haygood Stadium, about 16 minutes away from kickoff here. You know, Coach Holsworth mentioned this is always a back-and-forth game, a close game between SAU and Henderson State. 10 years ago was an awful big game for Henderson State, wasn't it, Troy?
That was the last time Henderson State won a conference championship, and it was on October 24th. Southern Arkansas went up 28-16 with 14 minutes to play in the game. The Reddies established a nice drive and went the distance. Zaquan Cole scored the touchdown with 11 minutes to go, make it 28-23. Southern Arkansas put together a long drive, drove it down to the Reddie 7-yard line, and instead of kicking a field goal to put the game, to make it 31-23, they tried to go for it, and the Reddies stopped them. And Henderson put together a drive that it goes down in the history of Henderson State football.
Very long one.
15 plays, 94 yards, in a minute 40. They ran the clock. Dallas Hardison went around the left end from 6 yards out as time expired, and the Reddies won 29-28. They went on to win the conference championship that year, won their first ever playoff game against Sioux Falls. I mean, it was an Unbelievable game.
Seemed like a fun time.
Oh, well, it was. I mean, we got a 15-yard penalty at the after Hardison scored. Team rushed the field, not knowing that they had to go for the extra point because it was still a 1-point game, and if your defense can score 2 on the extra point, of course we took the 15-yard penalty, took a knee, and won it. But I mean, it was one of the most entertaining games. Could not believe the way the Henderson State came back, especially since Southern Arkansas drove down the field and took about 10 minutes off the clock. But why they didn't kick we're still wondering to this day why they didn't kick the field goal to make it an 8-point game, and instead, Reddie stood tall, made a great defensive play, and came down, scored, and won it. That was 10 years ago, and that's just one of the many games between these two teams that have been close, back and forth. Henderson holds the all-time series record, 48-39-1 in a series that began back in 1914. So, it's been a long series. I think it's going to be a fun game tonight.
You weren't around for that 1914 game.
No, I'm not that old.
We're going to step away for just a few moments. We'll take a look back at what happened in the previous week around the GAC. We'll be back here in a moment from Carpenter-Haygood Stadium.
This is the Week 4 GAC Rewind. I'm Isaac Bourne. Harding scored all of its points in the second and third quarters in a 31-12 win over Southern Arkansas. Bison's running back Braden Jay rushed for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Andrew Miller went for 137 yards in his 15 carries. Defensive back Deion Campbell also had 6 tackles and 2 forced fumbles in the outing. For SAU, it was quarterback Hezekiah Harris with 101 yards and a touchdown through the air and 64 yards on the ground. This 63-yard run from Braden Jay gave the Bisons their biggest lead of the game. Here's Billy Morgan on the Harding Sports Network.
First down. Football is at the 37-yard line. Give left side. Here's Jay again across the 45. Jay to the 40. Jay 30. Left sideline 20. Foot race. He'll win it. 10-5. Touchdown Harding. And Braden Jay with the touchdown and 63 yards on his second touchdown of the evening.
Arkansas Tech quarterback Jack Dawson threw for 227 yards and scored 2 total touchdowns as the Wonder Boys stayed undefeated in a 28-23 win at Ouachita. Tech running back Bryson Rowland ran for 103 yards on 18 carries, and defensive back Diego Sanchez finished with 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and an interception. For Ouachita, wide receiver Nate Stafford caught a 70-yard pass for a touchdown as his only reception. Here's the call of the Sanchez interception that set up a Tech score late in the game from Sam Straisner on River Country, KCJC.
First down and 10, Ouachita from its own 18. Fake the handoff. 10-Barge rolls right, throws incomplete. And did he pick it off the turf? I think he did. Tyreek Jones with the interception, returning it down the near sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 5, and then we're going to get a horse collar tackle on Ouachita at the end of that. So that'll be half the distance to the goal. The Wonder Boys are going to start from somewhere around the 2-yard line after the interception by Tyreek Jones, who just barely, and I mean absolutely barely, got his hands underneath that football to intercept it.
Henderson State routed UAM 48-18 in Monticello behind another big performance from quarterback Andrew Edwards. The senior recorded 243 yards through the air on 19 of his 29 attempts, with 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, and 1 on a 36-yard reception. Running back Chris Ganaway added 58 yards and a touchdown on 6 carries for the Reddies. Wide receiver Amari Cox was the highlight for the Bull Weevils, receiving for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here's Edwards' receiving touchdown on a trick play that put the Reddies up by 3 scores.
Second down and 5 here for the Reddies. Early fourth quarter, shotgun. Here comes Davis in motion. Edwards hands it off to Davis, looks to be plugged up. No, there's a pitch to Micah Green. Green throws it down the right sideline. It's complete, and that's Andrew Edwards. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Reddies.
Southern Nazarene picked up its first win of the season with a 17-13 road win over ECU. Running back Braxton Bird ran for 65 yards and a touchdown on 3 carries, while defensive back Jake Wright recorded 8 tackles, 1.5 tackles for a loss, and an interception in the game. East Central running back Jaquarian Turner rushed for 69 yards and a touchdown and 11 carries. Here's Bird's touchdown, a 59-yard rush, as called by Mike Manos on 105.5 The X Factor.
Handoff on the end around, coming from left to right, breaking into the open to the 40, 35-30, 25-20, one man to beat, 10-5 to the end zone. Touchdown, and the Tigers get one and then give one right back. to Southern Nazarene University. Braxton Bird, wide receiver.
SWOSU shut out Southeastern in the second half to come away with a 35-14 win on the road in Durant. The Bulldogs scored 28 second-half points behind an offense led by running back Red Martell's 167-yard, two-touchdown rushing effort. SWOSU quarterback MJ Rivers threw for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns, completing 11 of his 15 attempts. Southeastern quarterback Leve Duncan had 144 yards on the ground and 133 yards through the air with 1 touchdown. Here's the call of a 54-yard touchdown pass from Rivers to Baylor Nash that put the Bulldogs up by 2 scores midway through the fourth quarter.
Baylor Nash in motion from left to right. Rivers the snap, fakes the handoff, pass caught, Nash, open territory, 30-foot race, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldogs!
Shawnee was the site of a 16-8 Oklahoma Baptist win over Northwestern behind a 316-yard performance for quarterback T.J. McMahon, completing 25 of his 37 passes. Bison wide receiver Nick Harris had 7 receptions for 108 yards. For the Rangers, quarterback Caleb Deal had 215 yards of total offense and a late fourth quarter touchdown, which was just not enough to bring Northwestern a road win. Here's one of Harris's 7 receptions as called by Todd Miller of the Bison Sports Network.
T.J. McMahon with Wise in the backfield. Hayden Thornton, the tight end, lined up to the press box side. 2 receivers wide left. That's the Ranger boundary. And to the near side, they have a single receiver. That's Jake Perry. Had a big catch in the loss at Southern Arkansas 2 weeks ago. Straight drop for McMahon. McMahon is going to get it over the middle. He's got a receiver wide open to the Ranger 45, and he's run down and tackled at the 40. That is Nick Harris. You just wait for Nick to make his mark, and he just did, as the Rangers give up a big play and a gator all the way to their own 38-yard line.
Coming up this week in the Great American Conference, Southeastern takes a trip to SNU to take on the Crimson Storm at 3 o'clock. There are 4 6 p.m. kickoffs, with SAU going to Henderson, ECU heading to Northwestern, Oklahoma Baptist going to Southwest Oklahoma State, and UAM heading to Arkansas Tech. Then finally, there's 1 7 p.m. kickoff as Ouachita heads to Searcy to take on the Harding Bisons. This is Isaac Bourne, and thank you for tuning in to the GAC Rewind.
Back here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium, still a couple minutes away as the show band of Arkansas filing off the field after a great rendition of our Star Spangled Banner, Troy. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups tonight for both sides. You got SAUs in front of you there, Troy?
Yeah, we got Southern Arkansas offensively for the Mule Riders. Of course, they're going to try that 2-quarterback system with Ezekiel Harris and Adam Parker. Running back Marquez Gomez, and then you wide receiving core, DeAndre Burns, Kendall Williams, and Cooper Sanders. They got a nice tight end in Jacob Trussell. He's a redshirt sophomore. Their offensive front, Connor Haggerty, Tate Settle, Matthew Elder, and Zach Thompson and Dylan Crippen. Of course, your center is Matthew Elder. He'll be keyed on for Southern Arkansas. See if the Reddie defense can force him to have some bad snaps. Defensively for the Mule Riders, Casey Cobb will play defensive end. On the nose tackle will be Nathan Earl. Other tackle will be Andrew Rogers. And linebackers, you've got Hunter Hewitt, Junior Brown, and Kendrick Juneau, and Treadell's Talley. Defensive backs, Braden Gunn, Braden Wade, Bryson Bolden, and Zay Woods. Now, they're going to key a lot on their linebackers. Their linebacking core is pretty solid. They got a lot of transfers on this team. I was looking at their defensive guys. I mean, a lot of transfers. They lost a lot of guys, but you talk about the transfers. Defensively, Kendrick Juneau is a transfer from Northeastern State. Junior Brown is from Northwestern State, Division I school. And Hunter Hewitt, those are the 3 big defensive guys we got to keep our eye on.
And we'll take a look at the Henderson State side of the ball. Quarterback Andrew Edwards, a big 6'3", 200-pound redshirt senior, calling the plays tonight. Jeremiah Davis at tailback. The receiver core, Micah Green, Andreas Griffin, and Maddox Davis. Big tight end, 6'4", 237, Caden Davis, another redshirt senior. Across the line, Cooper Fearman. At left tackle, left guard, Devin Walter, Gabe Hernandez, the center, Nathan Wolbricht at right guard, right tackle, Marcus Lee. On the defense for Henderson State, Taylor Huey at defensive end, nose guard, Ryan Vollmer, and the other defensive end, Yusuf Gamble. Across the linebacking core, Mulumba Wakalonji is the bandit today. The linebackers, Gerard Collada and Jordan Owens. At the nickel position, Leo Morris. At the rover spot, Leonard Harris. Free safety, we have Bryant Hammond II, big 6'1", 181-pound junior, and a pair of seniors at corner, Colby Crawford and Paul Manning. And the specialist today, Ryan McDonald, doing the kicking, Axel Robertson doing the punting, the long snapper, Sam Wisner. Holding will be Zach Baker, and returning kicks will be Taylon Pascal and Maddox Davis this afternoon. Captains heading out to midfield today, getting ready for the coin toss. Of course, Henderson State in all black today with red hats, red helmets. Good-looking uniform combo right here. SAU in their all whites with a blue helmet as we're getting ready for the coin toss.
Gentlemen, we're excited to be with you today. My name is Michael Gervais, referee. This is Peter Kirsch, our umpire. With us today is Georgia Pacific. This is Logan Worley. He's going to do our coin toss. Southern Arkansas, consider. This coin is a heads, tails. Heads, tails. What you call? Southern Arkansas wins the toss. They defer. They will kick, and Henderson will receive this way. Shake hands, gentlemen.
Well, you had it here first from our lead official tonight, our referee, Michael Gervais. He is joined with Peter Kirsch, Brett Hilton, the head linesman, line judge, Jeremy Goodrich, Alexander Deshari, the side judge, Jason Pugh, the field judge, back judge, Scott Johnson, center judge, Glenn Williams. Troy, we're about ready to go, aren't we?
Yeah, I think let's talk a little bit about the keys of this one, the keys of this victory here. Of course, we already talked about win the turnover battle. Limit turnovers, but a big thing for Henderson State, when you get Southern Arkansas in 3rd and long, do not let them convert on 3rd and long. That's been a problem for Henderson in a couple past years, and I'm talking about 3rd and long, anywhere from 3rd and 7 on. You don't give them a big play, and like we said, don't commit a penalty on a big play, pass interference or something like that can extend their drives. Andrew Edwards has got to be on target today. Henderson's got the second best offense in the country. Andrew Edwards is a guy that keeps on target. He can't get flustered in the pocket and make mistakes. Just play your game, and I think you'll be okay.
Those are the keys of the game, sponsored by Southwest Auto Collection. Chicken Express kickoff coming up here in just a moment. We'll take a short little break, and then we will have the Chicken Express kickoff for you in just a few moments here from Carpenter Haygood Stadium.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddie Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Are you in the market for insurance? Have questions about coverage, claims, or anything in between? Contact your local State Farm agent, Heather Powell. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, Heather is there to help you. Stop by her offices in Arkadelphia or Hot Springs to chat about your insurance needs, or give her a call at 501-623-8878. Heather Powell, where good neighbor service meets great insurance.
We are ready to go here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. This is the Chicken Express kickoff today. We mentioned earlier SAU will be the visitor today. All white uniforms, blue numerals, blue trim along the shoulder pads, SAU logo on the big blue helmet that they have there. Gold face masks, it looks like, down there. Henderson State in their all-black uniforms, red helmets with a white stripe across the top. Troy, it's time for some football.
Yeah, Coach Holsworth was talking about Southern Arkansas's defense and that defensive secondary. That's going to be very big today. Southern Arkansas only allows 141 yards passing per game. Of course, they played Harding last week, and they opened up with Oklahoma Baptist Southern Naz. But Harding doesn't pass the ball very much, but still, when you got experienced defensive backs, you got to keep your eye on them. I think that's their strong point, is their defensive secondary.
We are ready to go here from Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Good crowd on hand this evening here for Family Day. The kick is in there, and we're underway for Henderson State and SAU. The kick's going to go through the end zone, be a touchback, and Henderson State will start 1st and 10 in this one, Troy.
Yeah, that's always smart. I don't understand why you take it out. Anytime you kick it in the end zone, get it on the 25, because
it's free.
You risk fumble, getting back to the 25, since they moved that rule from the 20 to the 25, you're already a quarter of the way downfield. Let's just start safe there, start fresh, and come out and maybe get a big play right out of the gate.
The other thing is Henderson State will start with the ball here. They elected to receive. Andrew Edwards, bunch formation right here. 2 tight ends stacked on the far side, 2 receivers stacked on the far side. Man coming in motion. Edwards will take the snap. It's a screen pass out of the left side. Good one-handed catch over on this side by Maddox Davis. That was a good play just to even make that a play.
Not only that, but it looked a little dangerous as 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗬𝗓 just looked like he just threw him down by the helmet. I guess it was the shoulder pads, but he threw him down viciously and only got a yard out of it. 2nd down and 9 for the Reddies.
Reddies ready to go. 2nd and 9. Edwards trying to catch him off. They'll send a man in motion. Edwards steps back, rolling to his left. He's looking. Now he's going to tuck it and run, try to get all that he can. He's going to get maybe a yard if he's lucky.
Good coverage downfield by Southern Arkansas. We talked about their secondary, and they did good coverage. That almost was a loss of a yard. Edwards got back to the line of scrimmage, makes it 3rd and 9.
We'll see what Henderson State has cooked up here. A little bit more of a spread formation. Micah Green isolated on the press box side here. Edwards will take the snap. Got plenty of time, throws it back over the middle. Pass is complete. That is Maddox Davis on the completion. It is good enough for a Henderson State 1st down at the 38-yard line. Good pass and catch right there.
The young freshman, player of the week a couple weeks ago. He is going to be a fantastic player for the Henderson State. He's probably going to challenge for some all-time records as long as he stays healthy.
About a minute and a half into this one, Andrew Edwards ready to go again. 2 wide receivers up top, 1 to the near side. They're going to send the near side in motion. Micah Green takes the snap, stepping back. He's in trouble. Now he's going to dance out of trouble. He's going to go along the near sideline to the 45, pushed out around near midfield. They're going to say he's at the 48-yard line. It's going to be close to where they spot this ball. If it's a 1st down, they're going to give him the 1st down.
Great job. Edwards is a guy that can scramble. You've big plus when you got a quarterback that can run the football. Southern Arkansas has the same type. It can throw and run. But Edwards really read the field, saw he had an opening, and he just took it instead of just trying to throw it away.
So they'll have a back behind Andrew Edwards. So he'll take the snap. He will hand it off, going back up the middle. He's going to drop his head and keep going. That is 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗦𝗍 Davis dropping his head right there. Going to be close to the 1st down marker. Is going to be about a yard short, but a good job on 1st down there.
Boy, if Davis could have a big day, that just takes the pressure off Edwards. Davis come in averaging 54 yards per game, leads this team in rushing. Believe it or not, Edwards is right behind him. 2nd.
That's not half bad.
But I think the other guy we have to get into on receiving is Micah Green. That's another key player we got to get the ball to.
3 receivers to the top in a triangle formation. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to pump fake. Throws it back over the middle. Pass is incomplete. It was a little behind Maddox Davis, as it looked like Edwards took a shot right there as he threw the ball, but he pops right back up. It'll be 3rd and 1 right here. I mean, there's 4-down territory right in this area right here, you'd say?
Oh, yeah. Coach Holsworth, you can get that yard. That was a play that, crossing, let's try to do something different. I look for a good running play here. I see maybe Davis taking the football, going right up the middle with it. Get the yard, get the 1st down, move the sticks.
So 3rd and 1 for the Reddies here. They're going to send Davis in motion. He will take the snap, hands it off. It's going to be enough for a Henderson State 1st down and more. That was, once again, 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗍 Davis dragging people with him. It was a 5-yard gain, but he had to do a lot there.
Now he'll come out and take a breather quickly, as now we'll get a fresh set of downs. At the 38-yard line, this definitely will be 4-down territory. course, Reddie's got a great field goal kicker, but you'd love to punch it in right here to start this game.
Absolutely. You have Green, Davis, and also Davis on the far side. 1st and 10 for the Reddies on their side of the field now. From the 38-yard line, Edwards will take the snap, throws to his right. The pass is complete. That is Micah Green. He's going to drag men with him, keep the feet moving. It's going to be another first down for Henderson State. Good job by Green. That looked like it was just going to be an 8-yard game, but he turned it into a lot more.
And that's what we're talking about. We need to get the ball to Micah Green more. That was only his 7th catch on the year. He has 106 yards receiving, and he's scored a touchdown so far. But right there, get another additional receivers, and that gives you different guys to go to, and then the defensive secondary really has to spread out. It's hard to double team on one guy.
Ball be at the 25-yard line. Henderson State's gone 50 yards so far in this opening drive. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Edwards takes the snap, throws it to his left. Pass complete to Travion Colbert. Gets it down to the 15-yard line, and they're going to call it another first down for Henderson State. A lot of good movement so far in this first drive, Troy.
I really like the tempo, the way the Reddies are playing. Not doing anything deep, going the little crossing routes, slants, and then mix up the run. Just slowly move the ball down the field and get positive yardage on every play.
About 10-10 left in this first quarter of action. It's been all Henderson State so far. It's been a good first drive. Edwards ready. He will take the snap, hands it off to Jeremiah Davis. He's going to make a man miss, going to duck his head down inside the 10-yard line, probably to the 10-yard line. A good gain there on second down, as it will be about second and a long 4, maybe 5, 2nd and 5 right now coming up for Henderson State.
And Davis could have been tackled in the backfield, but he just kept his feet, avoided the tackle, and gets you, like you say, plus yardage, positive yardage every time.
Edwards ready once again. He will have his tailback Jeremiah Davis lined up about 3 yards behind him. He will take the snap, hand off again to Davis. Why not? And he stopped at about the line of scrimmage. He's lucky if he got right back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard. Well, let's say he got right back where he was. So it's going to be 3rd and a long 5.
And this is where you got to get creative. When you get inside that, the end zone, short field, you don't have much to work with. You got to figure out something. I would say a couple slants. It just shortens the field, and the Reddies got to punch it in when you're here in the red zone.
Edwards will take the snap. He had Davis in motion. He's going to run, go to his right, throws it back to the end zone. Touchdown, Henderson State.
Great poise in the pocket by Drew. Took his time, found the open receiver coming across the end zone right there in the pylon, and makes the play for the score for the Reddies.
That was an impressive first drive by the Reddies, Troy, as Ryan McDonald will line up for the extra point. A pure domination almost on that first drive.
Yeah, we'll get that scoring summary. 12 plays, 75 yards, 6:18 off the clock. The extra point's good.
So McDonald 1 for 1 on extra points so far. 8:42 left in this first quarter of action. Henderson State has the lead, 7-0. We will take a short little break. Come back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
When you travel, it matters where you stay, and that's why the Reddies choose Hampton Inn, the official hotel of Reddie Athletics. Hampton will always go the extra mile to give you an exceptional stay with amenities designed for your comfort and convenience. Stay at the Hampton Inn of Arkadelphia to enjoy their free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and spacious rooms. Hampton Inn, we love having you here.
Troy, we certainly do love having you here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Henderson State, a dominating first drive right there. You got some numbers for us.
Yeah, four different receivers catching passes that drive, which getting a lot of players active. Edwards, 5 of 6, 46 yards passing in that drive, and of course 19 yards rushing for Davis, another 10 yards rushing for Edwards. That was a big drive. Set the tone early and score.
And they did it a multitude of different ways, through the air, on the ground. I mean, there was really the first two plays were just no gain, and then they started to figure it out over the course of that drive.
Yeah, and we talked at pregame. This is really the Henderson's first real test of the season. You ranked 24, Southern Arkansas. Really, they coming off a tough game last week against Hardy, and of course they see Henderson State's ranked. They want to do everything they can to try to knock them out of that ranking, and that's a great sign when they're ready to score in their opening drive.
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Johnny Woods back to receive. It looks like it will be Woods to return this one from the 1-yard line. He's going to take it out to the 20. He is brought down. That was number 0, Lennart Harris, who stopped him there on the return, and SAU has a man down at about the 15-yard line. But SAU will take over 1st and 10.
See which quarterback's going to come to start this first drive for SAU.
That was Tay Coleman that's down. It looks like he back down to a knee right now. But you said it could be one of two guys, so they haven't named really a starter. It's either going to be Hezekiah Harris or Adam Parker.
Harris is the more versatile one. He's the one that also runs the ball well. He's their leading rusher, 189 yards rushing. So you got to think he's going to come in and start this for the Mule Riders.
Well, we'll see in just a moment as they get Coleman up over to the sideline.
Harris, like we said, was rushed for 189 yards and has thrown for 370 yards, including 5 touchdowns.
Well, it looks like they will send Harris out there for the opening drive for the Mule Riders. 2 backs to his left and to his right. Harris will take the snap. It's a screen pass over to the left side. Pass is complete over to Adam Parker,
who is the other quarterback. Both of them were in there.
Yeah,
Harris and Parker are both in there, so it just depends on who's going to take the football.
Had to be very aware here if you're Henderson State. You got both quarterbacks out there. I didn't even notice that. They had also 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the backfield as well.
Now Parker is lined up in the shotgun formation for Southern Arkansas.
Parker from the gun. He's going to look over to the sideline. 2 receivers down to this side of the press box, 1 isolated at the top. Parker, a 5'11 redshirt sophomore. They'll send a man in motion. He will hand it off. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the carry. He's got a little bit of room. He's finally wrestled down past the 50-yard line to the 47. That's a first down for SAU. That was a hard run.
Yeah, and Southern Arkansas getting a good push on the offensive line. We talked about offensive line. Both of them kind of young. One senior on the offensive line for Southern Arkansas.
Parker will take the snap. He will hand it off once again to Gomez as he is met by a host of Reddies down at the 40-yard line. A good gain on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Gomez comes in averaging 57 yards per game.
It's a 6-foot, 205-pound junior. Parker will take the snap. He's going to throw over to the far side. Pass is complete. That was Jacob Trussell, the 6'6 tight end from Georgetown, Texas, on the catch. They're good enough for an SAU first down.
And they're in up-tempo. That's what Coach Holsworth said. Don't get caught up in the tempo. Got to stay with them.
Parker takes the snap once again. He will hand to Gomez once again. He is met in the backfield by 2 Reddies, but he's still able to get positive yardage there. Turned a 1-yard loss into a 2-yard gain, or even more than that. It's going to be a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, Leo Morris, the nickelback, came in and made the initial hit for the Reddies.
So it's 2nd and 6. SAU still on schedule on this drive. Parker shouting directions here. 2 receivers to this side of the press box. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw toward the end zone. It is going to be almost intercepted. That was Paul Manning in coverage right there. Went right through his hands, but that also works just as well. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Mule Riders.
Well, that was good defensive coverage by the Reddies there. He stayed with the receiver and threw it long to Parker, and almost just through his hands. He went through the diving. I don't know if he would have been in bounds, but it wasn't close. But at least they forced a 3rd down, their first real 3rd down and long.
So 3rd and 6 for the Mule Riders. Parker still in the backfield at quarterback. They had both quarterbacks on the field the first play of this drive. He'll take the snap. Now he's going to tuck it around, go to the right. He's got a man open, complete to Gomez. He's brought down. It'll be enough for a first down at the 22-yard line.
He had some pressure, got away from it, and found the open receiver. And they moved the sticks again just outside the 20 at the 22.
So another first down for the Mule Riders. Trips to the left. Nobody on this side. He'll have Gomez to his left and a whistle.
Henderson wants a timeout.
Timeout. Henderson State. That's their first of the game.
So the first timeout of the first half called by Henderson State. We will take a short little break. Come back, bring you more action here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Fairway Nation mortgage loan officers are dedicated to finding great rates and loan options for their customers while offering some of the fastest turn times in the industry. Fairway strives to make team members and customers feel like a part of the family while providing exceptional customer service, speed, and support by being kind, humble, and giving 100% every day. Visit our local Fairway Mortgage Loan officers Chad Bradford and Marissa McKay here in Arkadelphia, or call them at 501-910-0773 to get started today. SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for over 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the new Charles and Anita Cabe Student Athlete Success Center and the restoration of the historic Captain Henderson House. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. First and 10 coming up for SAU after a big third down conversion. Parker will take the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. It was a designed quarterback run. He is met. That is a hard hit by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Wallace. Laid the boom on him there at the 20.
Yeah, and Leonard Harris will come out because he lost his helmet for the Reddies.
It'll be in a 2-yard gain. They are now technically in the red zone. The ball's right at the 20. So a 2nd and 8 for the Mule Riders here. Parker in the backfield, trips to his left. Gomez to his left hip pocket. He'll have one to the near side, Deandra Burns Jr.
Reddies need to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Parker will take the snap, hands off to Gomez to the left side. He's going to go past the outside part of the line, and he is met just before the 15-yard line, about the 17-yard line. So it'll be another third and manageable for the Mule Riders.
3rd and 5 for the Mule Riders. They're moving the ball quickly down the field. This will be the, I believe it'll be the 10th play of the drive.
So 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Mule Riders. And this seems to be another 4-down territory part of the game right now, as they're Parker looking over to the sideline. They send a man in motion. That was 6B. He will hand it off to Gomez once again, and he is not going to get there. He is met way before the 15, and they call the forward progress. So it's going to be 4th and long, so I think they're going to send out the field goal unit right now, Troy.
Well, they brought over 6B on that left side to do the lead block, and a big 6'2", 255-pounder, and he didn't get a block as the Reddies read that well and stuffed it back, so now that's going to force a 34-yard field goal.
It says Hayden Nitz, a 5'11 junior. There's the snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So 3:48 left in this first quarter. SAU is on the board. Henderson State still has the lead, 7-3. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Yeah, we were just talking. You consider that a win?
Yeah, because Southern Arkansas was moving the ball really well downfield. And finished that drive with 11 plays, 58 yards, 4:50 off the clock. Held them to a field goal, and that's the defense. What's what you wanted to do after scoring a touchdown. Now get the offense back on the field, see if they can respond to that field goal.
So a good start for both teams. Always nice to get points on the board in your first drive, but you'd like a touchdown. So even with scoring on the first drive, SAU is behind the 8 ball here.
Well, Southern Arkansas, here's the one thing. They have the ball to start the second half. So, both teams have taken some nice time off the clock. Both teams are one of the tops in the conference in time of possession when you look at them. They're both averaging 33, 32 yards or 32 minutes a game. So they're in the plus category on that side. So, they moved the ball well. Southern Arkansas moved at a little bit of a quicker tempo, but the Reddies, I was pretty impressed with that first drive. They, even though they had a couple.
Really, the first 2 plays of that drive, then they were cooking with Crisco the rest of the way.
Yeah, moved the ball nicely, got a lot of receivers involved. That opens up your offense.
J. Todd Baker from Magnolia, Arkansas. Big 6'4" kicker will kick away here for the Mule Riders. Kick is away. It's end-over-end kick. This one will be caught in the end zone, and they'll take a knee. And they'll start 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, will the Reddies.
Yeah, we talked about their ranked second nationally, Henderson State, in total offense. 521 yards per game. That's like back in the day, the Kevin Rogers day, when they were leading the nation in scoring and in total offense, in about every offensive category.
Usually if you can lead the nation in offense, that's not half bad.
No, especially when they were leading in scoring, averaging 50 to 55 points a game during those years.
So Henderson State will start 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Second straight drive started via the touchback for the Reddies. Edwards in the backfield, sends Davis in motion. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 isolated up top. He'll fake the handoff, throw to this side. Pass is complete. Over to the near side. It's going to go past the 30-yard line. Good job by Henderson State to get positive yardage there. A gain of 6 yards. That was Maddox Davis on the reception. Good job right there by the Reddies, Troy.
Yeah, good first play of the series. Get you 5 or 6 yards, and that opens up the playbook even more. Gives you like 2nd and 4. So you could do a multitude of things right here.
You haven't seen Henderson State go for the deep ball yet. SAU took 2 shots to the end zone, but Henderson State just kind of trying to get SAU with a lot of paper cuts.
Well, I think Henderson wants to control that time of possession like we talked about. Keep the defense off the field.
Edwards ready. Bunch formation. He'll take the snap looking to his left. Pass is broken up. That was intended for Jeremiah Davis.
And Edwards kind of threw it too quick. I mean, he was all covered up, and he tried to force something. And luckily, the Southern Arkansas defender was not looking. But he tried to force that in a little bit too quick. I think Edwards could have just ran around this left side and got plus yardage, got the first down.
Pretty good. A lot of area to run around over on this side of the field. But it is 3rd and 4. Right now, Edwards will take the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to roll to his right, looking.
Run.
He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get the first down and run out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Reddies coming up.
And see, there's that where the Southern Arkansas defense was protecting for the long ball because he had a couple deep receivers, and that opened up that short game to get that 4 yards that Edwards needed. He went around that right side. When you have the legs like he has, that makes you another tough weapon.
Oh, to be young again, right?
Yeah.
Edwards getting it done with his legs and his arms so far. He's ready to go. Trips to the left side of the field. 1 man isolated on the far side, the SAU sideline. Edwards will take the snap. Looking, quick pass back over the middle. Pass is complete. That is to Taylon Pascal. It's a good gain on 1st down. It brings up 2nd and manageable.
Yeah. When we talked about Edwards, a big weapon for the Reddies, a triple threat last week, a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown. You don't see that very often.
No, it just jack all trades. Of course, Pascal's had a few big moments this year as well. Edwards alone in the backfield. He's got trips to his left of the bunch formation, 2 to the top. Edwards will take the snap. Looking. Pressure's coming. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get to the 40. He's dancing around the 40. He's going to make a man miss. Gets it across the 45 down to the 47-yard line. A good job by Andrew Edwards, as we said before, keeping that play alive and turning what looked to be a negative play into a positive.
Not only is it a positive, it moves the sticks.
Yes.
He got just enough to move the sticks. And you're now at the 47-yard line at midfield, 1:20 to play here in the first quarter.
80 seconds left in the first quarter of action. Henderson State leading 7-3. Again, just draining this clock for all it's worth. They will have one receiver alone at the top. Edwards will have a running back to his left hip pocket. They will hand it off once again and get close to the 50, maybe past the 50 by about a half yard on first down. A gain of 3 yards for 2nd and 7.
That was Davis. Jeremiah.
That was Davis again.
Yeah, Jeremiah Davis getting you that 4 yards.
So they'll have to snap it one more time before the end of the first quarter, and I don't think Henderson State's in any hurry to get this one off right now. It'll be Edwards again. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the top side. Receiver isolate up top. He's going to run. He's in trouble right now. Makes a man miss. Throws it back. Just spikes it into the ground at the 40-yard line. We're going to say that was intended for Maddox Davis, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Does stop the clock, so they'll have to snap it again.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get it out. He was trying to get it out there. He just couldn't. Caden Davis was over there to the far side, wide open, but he just, he was off balance and he was thrown off the wrong foot. So he just threw it into the ground. Don't want a turnover there.
No.
So, do something safe because you're still 3rd and 6.
So Henderson State enters SAU territory. It is 3rd and 6, just to the left of the 50. We'll say the 49. Edwards takes the snap. Looking. He's going to throw it into the backfield. The pass is complete to Jeremiah Davis. He's going to get maybe a yard, and it'll be 4th and 5, and that decision will have to wait till the second quarter.
That was defended well by Tridell Talley. He stepped back and then came up once he saw where the pass was going and to only allow a yard gain.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So as you heard by head referee Michael Gervais, that is the end of the first quarter. Henderson State with the lead, 7-3. Come back. We'll be here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn in just a moment.
Do you need to navigate the real estate market? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has trusted real estate experts with deep market knowledge committed to exceptional service. Contact our local Arkadelphia 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 agent Kim Bird to begin searching for your forever home today. Call 870-293-1111 or visit her office in Arkadelphia at 203 South 26th Street, Suite A. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, home is where the heart is.
The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is a proud sponsor of Henderson State Athletics. We offer the best American-made vehicles: Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. We have the largest selection and lowest prices, and we're the only dealer who give you tires for life with every new car you purchase. Come see the Southwest Auto Collection at 10th Street in Arkadelphia or go online at idriveswa.com. The Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. We're ready for the second quarter of action. Henderson State electing to punt as they are just past the 50.
Now, Axel Robertson trying to pin him deep.
It's a good punt, end over end, and it'll be fair caught at the 11-yard line.
There's going to be a flag.
Contact right there. Yep, that's going to be on Henderson State.
That's going to be 15. Had him. He was going to be dead at the 10. He tried to not touch him, but
just couldn't get out of the way.
Couldn't get out of the way. So
we'll see. We kind of have an idea what this will be from Michael Gervais, our referee this evening.
There is no foul for unnecessary roughness on the play. First down, Southern Arkansas.
Got a break. I guess they said he was blocked into him.
Okay, yeah.
It looked like
because when he made contact, he was kind of off balance, and I was like, that doesn't seem like him.
Yeah, but it looked like he got hit and blocked into him. So Southern Arkansas will start over on their own 11-yard line. Nice punt. Anytime you can keep it inside the 20.
Oh yeah, that looks good on the stats. That's good for the brand. Axel Robertson with a good punt. It's first of the day. SAU will start 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, moving now from right to left in front of you. They hand it off. It's going to be a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards. So SAU electing to run the ball. They sent Adam Parker back out there, so I think they're going to settle on Parker for tonight, at least for now. Be 2nd and 7 for the Mule Riders, looking to put more points on the board. So both teams scored on their first drive. Henderson State was stopped on their second drive. See if they can do the same to the Mule Riders. Parker will take the snap. He hands it off. That is to 𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗧𝗏 from Mineral Springs, Arkansas, as it'll be another 3rd down coming up, Troy.
Yeah, looking, it's a new running back. Well, Thomas, 149 yards rushing this year. He's got 2 of the 4 rushing touchdowns for Southern Arkansas this year.
So a 3rd down coming up. Parker will have Thomas in his right hip pocket, 2 receivers to this side. He'll send Trussell in motion. Parker will take the snap, looking to throw. He's got pressure all over him. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to break past the defensive line. He's met by a couple already. He's took a hard lick as he'll be down about the 31-yard line, 1st and 10, Mule Riders.
The offensive line for Southern Arkansas did a great job keeping the defense off of Parker. It looked like he was going to be in trouble and get tackled in the backfield for a loss.
So working quickly are the Mule Riders. Parker's pass complete to the far sideline. He is pushed out of bounds. That pass was complete to Kendall Williams, a 5'9" senior from Tatum, Texas. They had good enough for a 1st down for the Mule Riders. Again, working quickly. They're going tempo from the 38-yard line. Parker ready. He's got 3 to the top, 1 isolated to this side. Parker will hand the ball off again to Thomas, and he'll get maybe a yard if he's lucky, so it'll be 2nd and long. It'll be a 1st down, excuse me.
Yeah, and they're just playing like little smash mouth football up front, just pushing the Reddie defense off the line, getting the positive yardage.
So 1st and 10, I beg your pardon earlier. Parker takes the snap. He hands off once again to Thomas. He is met right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like he won't get any gain on that play, so 2nd and 10 coming up for the Mule Riders.
Yeah, the first real good stop by the Reddies on this drive.
It's difficult when you go in this up-tempo style offense for your defense. I mean, it keeps your defense on the field, and you're not able to sub out as well. So Parker isolated in the backfield. He'll have 3 to his left and 2 up top. Parker takes the snap, looking to throw. Fake to the right. He's going to go deep down the field. Pass is broken up, but there will be a flag on the field, and I think they are correct. That was Paul Manning in coverage, who made that great play earlier, but there was contact before the ball got there.
Yeah, he never turned around to look at the football, and that's automatic every time.
Pass interference on the defense, number 11. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So that gives the Mule Riders an automatic 1st down right there. It'll put them past midfield to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders.
And that's what we talk about, no big penalties. And that's a big 15-yarder to put him in Reddie territory.
So the first time in Reddie territory in this drive. Parker will have 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, more spaced out on the bottom. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. Throws it back over the middle. Pass complete to Kendall Williams as he is wrestled down at the 33-yard line. Another 1st down for the Mule Riders.
And you can see why they're about a 70% completion team. They just do short little quick dump passes, but they're moving at that tempo to keep that defense off balance. So center judge comes in to hold them as there were some changes.
So both teams allowed to substitute. Parker in the backfield. He will take the snap, handoff once again to Thomas as he will get a couple of yards, looks like about 2. So that brings up 2nd and 8. So you said they're very methodical in their offense. Obviously, you said they're very high in completion percentage, but they're completing a lot of shorter stuff. Henderson State hadn't given up the big play yet.
They haven't really went deep except that one pass play that resulted in a pass interference.
So the ball at the 31-yard line, 2nd and 8. Parker will take the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he'll tuck it and run. Actually, yeah, he'll tuck it and run. He's mad at the 30-yard line, laying down the boom for the Reddies. That was Caleb Doucette. Or excuse me, that was 𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘. Oh, no, that was Caleb Doucette, excuse me. He is in number 51 today, normally number 50. That was a big hit right there, knocked the fillings out.
This is a big 3rd down, 3rd and 8 here.
3rd down and 8 for the Mule Riders. Parker alone in the backfield takes the snap. He's going to throw down the field to the left side. Pass is complete. That was to Cole Corey, the 5'9" freshman receiver from Stonewall, Louisiana. It's 1st and goal for the Mule Riders.
And that's what we said. Do not let him get convert on 3rd and long. And it was 3rd and 9 and makes a big pass play.
So SAU with a chance to strike here. 1st and goal from the 5. They will hand off once again to Thomas as he'll get 3 yards to get down to the 2 for a 2nd and goal.
There's a flag in the back. Well, I guess the referee just dropped this flag because there's a
flag still there between the E and the S and Reddie's in the end zone.
Yeah, he
looks like he just dropped it.
Yep.
Very unusual. So 2nd and goal for the Mule Riders. 9.5 minutes to go in this first half. Parker will take the snap. He's going to tuck it and run, go behind his center and his right guard, and the Reddies stop him at about the 1-yard line. Ball comes loose after the play, but they blow it dead.
That forward progress was stopped at the 1, so actually inside the 1.
So it'll be 3rd and goal.
Parker will have to come out.
He lost his helmet.
Or unless they call a timeout. Oh, he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's down. So the trainers will come out and look at Adam Parker. He is a 5'11" redshirt sophomore from Nacogdoches, Louisiana. So 3rd and goal unless they call timeout. And it looks like they're getting Harris warmed up at about the numbers on the far sideline, so they're not going to take the timeout. So Hezekiah Harris, 6'2" quarterback from Miami, Florida, will come in here.
Parker from Natchitoches, Louisiana. He must have played at Natchitoches Central High School. I used to work at Northwestern State many, many years ago.
Many years ago.
Yeah. when Free Willy was a minnow.
Oh, man. So SAU will have not a backup quarterback. They really list both as starters. So Harris will be in the backfield, 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Harris will take the snap. They hand it off. He's dead in the backfield.
Flags on the play.
There's a penalty marker down, multiple down.
I don't know what they're calling. If it's on Southern Arkansas, do you decline the penalty?
I'd say so. Make it 4th down. We'll hear from Michael Gervais, our referee tonight, our white hat official. See what he has to say. It's that old song, Tell Me Something Good.
Offside, defense, number 93, penalties decline. Illegal substitution, 12 men on the defense. Penalties half the distance of the goal. 3rd down.
So both penalties will, well, the first one was declined, so it's still 3rd and goal, but Henderson State had 12 on the field. So not only were they offsides, they also had too many men on the field.
They're at the 1-foot line, so
half of this is to the goal. So, yeah, they move it forward about a foot. They'll take the snap. Harris will tuck his head down. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, SAU. A methodical drive by the Mule Riders, capped off with their 2nd quarterback of the day, Hezekiah Harris, ducking his helmet down and getting into the end zone to give SAU their first lead of the game at the 8:54 mark in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, 13 plays, 89 yards, 6:01 off the clock.
A long drive. Death by 1,000 paper cuts there. Hayden Nitz will attempt the extra point as marker on the field. Might be a false start.
Yeah, that's what they're calling. The front line moved.
Yep.
I think it was a
False start on the offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, retry.
So I'll say Jacob Moore moved a little early. Freshman from Texarkana, Texas. So the other side of Texarkana, the Tex part of Texarkana. So also back this up. So this will be a longer extra point, still a manageable extra point. A 25-yard extra point. It's the kicker. The snap's good, the hold's good, the kick is up, end over end. Extra point is good. So 8:54 left in this first half of action. SAU takes the lead Your score, SAU 10, Henderson State 7. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. Here's this from Bud Light.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp code, lesson 86. This is how you say, 𝗬𝗏𝗦𝗕𝗘. It's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. And that's it for today. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. SAU took the lead, Troy, and it was a long, painful drive by the Mule Riders there.
And that's their methodical play. You know, they don't do anything flashy. They just get positive yardage on their rushing. And you look at their statistics already, 132 yards of total offense for Southern Arkansas, 102 for Henderson. Southern Arkansas scores on both their drives. The Reddies were stopped on their second drive. Reddies need to respond here. Only down 3. But you do not want to play catch-up later.
Especially since SAU will start with the ball the second half.
Exactly. You would like to score a touchdown and run all 8:54 off the clock. To be
in a perfect
with
world. 8:54 left in this first half. Been a good ball game so far. Henderson State joining the rankings this week at number 24. One of 2 teams in the GAC ranked. Harding at number 2 in the country. I think they got 1 first-place vote, however, if I looked correctly.
And they're going to stay there unless the number 1 team ever loses.
So the kick is away, as this will actually be fielded at the 1-yard line, dropped at the 1-yard line, so now they'll have to recover. Returning the kick, believe that was Leonard Harris. He will only get to the 9-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Reddies.
Yeah, you muffed the kickoff, and now that puts you behind 8 ball.
Still 1st and 10 for the Reddies, but you would have liked that kick to be fielded a little cleaner. That way it still wasn't going to be in great position because SAU did a good job in coverage on the kickoff. So 1st and 10 from their own 9, in the shadow of their own goalpost, as the sun has ducked behind the trees now. Lights are on, and finish this game in the nighttime.
Dylan Jones in the backfield for the Reddies.
Edwards is ready. Jones behind him. Edwards will hand it off. That is to Jalen Jones from Houston, Texas. And it's going to be maybe even a loss of a half yard. Be 2nd and, I'm going to say he got back to the line. 2nd and 10 right now coming up for the Reddies.
So when you're backed up deep in your territory, you're just trying to get it out of there because he's being very careful. You don't want a big turnover here, especially after Southern Arkansas just took the lead.
So SAU has scored on both drives so far. Henderson State was stopped on their last drive. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 isolated up top. Edwards will take the snap, looking to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the left sideline. He's got a man, bam! Running down the sideline. That is Taylon Pascal, touchdown Reddies.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, and just like that, the Reddies go right on top. Edwards threw it beautifully. He spun it right into his outstretched arms. Nobody was going to catch him. Beautiful play by the Reddies right down the sideline, right in front of the Southern Arkansas bench.
Take that. You wanted them to use all 8:54 right there. We'll take 30 seconds off the clock and score just fine, but that was a perfect pass and catch. I mean, that was, you can hang that in the Louvre. Take it to Crystal Bridges in Northwest Arkansas.
91 yards on that pass play, one of the longest pass plays in Henderson State history.
And it was a beauty. So McDonald will attempt the extra point. Extra point is up and end over end. It's good. 14-10, Henderson State takes the lead with a bang as we will take a short little break, bring you the kickoff. Henderson State 14, SAU 10 here on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn.
Hi, I'm Sadie, student and team leader.
And I'm Lauren, student and agriculturalist.
When we rise above alcohol and drugs, we reach for, expect, achieve, and accomplish more.
The minute we think about using alcohol or drugs, we lower our chance of living our best life. When we rise above, we respect ourselves and lead by example.
Being drug and alcohol free has always been the best way to be.
Let's do this!
Join the RAD movement
and challenge yourself to rise above alcohol and drugs.
This message brought to you by Ouachita Children, Youth, and Family Services Prevention Program.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Well, the crowd's into it again, Troy Mitchell.
Yeah, I was saying it was one of the longest pass plays because Henderson State had a 98-yard pass play for a touchdown back in 2005 against Harding. Dane King hooked up with Marcus Clark. That's back in Coach Maxfield era, one of his early years. Dane King threw that 98-yarder against Harding. But that was a beautiful one. That reminded me of those old 2012 to 15 days with Kevin Rogers, because that was just beautifully thrown.
That was perfect, right in the breadbasket. Only Talon Pascal was going to get it. A 91-yard house call, and Henderson State kicks this one away. It's going to go over to the far side of the field into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. SAU will start 1st and 10 from the 25.
Now, hopefully that'll spark the defense up. They need to get something. They need to get a stop. Southern Arkansas has scored on both their drives. The second one was benefited by a 15-yard pass interference penalty on 3rd and long. But let's see what happens here. See if the Reddies can get the defense stopped. We haven't called a lot of the big linebackers making big plays early, and they haven't been in that backfield a lot, putting much pressure on the quarterbacks, either Harris or Parker.
So 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders right now. They will send Parker's not back out there. They're going to keep Hezekiah Harris out there.
You can bet he's probably going to run or RPO here.
He's going to take the snap, throws back to the far side of the field, pass complete. As he made a man miss, he's going to get shoved out of bounds. So that's a good gain on 1st down right there.
Jordan Owens was in pursuit, had him in the backfield, just couldn't wrap it up and outstretched and ended up making about an 8-yard gain out of it.
2nd and 2 coming up for the Mule Riders. They're in tempo again. Harris will hand it off. He's going to give it up in the backfield. That is to 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏 Thomas once again, as it'll be a 1st down for the Mule Riders.
Tackle that time by 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏 from East Brunswick, New Jersey, a graduate student for the Reddies.
Beg your pardon, that was Torrey Lambert on the rush right there. He's number 28, 5'11" sophomore from Nolens, New Orleans, Louisiana.
I've been there, lived there for a few years.
Yeah.
Worked at Tulane. Winners today over Tulsa, big winners.
I saw that. Tulsa had a big win last week.
Green wave.
So Harris ready. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it back over the middle. Pass is complete to Kendall Williams, past midfield, down to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Mule Riders.
Yeah, Brian Hammond, the defender there from DeRidder, Louisiana. But Southern Arkansas in that tempo, moving fast.
Harris will take the snap. It's complete to the far sideline. Williams, he'll get pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Another 1st down coming up for the Mule Riders.
And another missed tackle by the Reddies. Had him back at about the 45 and missed tackle.
So this has the makings of a shootout. SAU's even picked up their tempo just a little bit.
Now the center judge is letting Henderson make the defensive changes because Southern Arkansas made the changes.
So Braxton, Nixon, Snell, and 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏 will come out of the ball game. Harris will take the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw deep over toward the end zone. He's got a man wide open. Pass is complete. That is to Patrick Sixby, wide open inside the 5-yard line, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
That's a big tight end, 6'2", 255 pounds from El Dorado.
So 1st and goal, working quickly as Harris. He'll hand the ball off. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard, maybe 2. They'll say 2.
Just inside the 4.
So it'll be 2nd and goal. Harris rushing back to the line. Say probably gained a yard from the 4. Harris takes the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. He's met in the backfield, reaching for the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, SAU.
And just like that, SAU scores.
Not quite as fast as Henderson State did, but they did pick up their tempo there on this drive. So SAU takes the lead pending the extra point. They now lead 16-14.
7 plays and 75 yards.
Hayden Nitz on again to attempt the extra point. Snap's good, the hold's good, kick is up, and it is good. 5:23 left in the first half. Your score, SAU 17, Reddie's 14. We'll take a short little break. Bring the kickoff here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Brookshire's proudly supports the Henderson State Reddies. At Brookshire's, you can save on fuel or groceries with your points, where every dollar you spend earns you 1 point. Plus, score big with meat that is cut fresh daily and enjoy lower prices on the freshest produce. In a hurry? Let us do the shopping for you with our convenient curbside online ordering and pickup. Visit Brookshires.com to place your order today. Brookshire's, your ultimate tailgating destination. Go Reddies and go Brookshires.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. 2 back-to-back touchdown drives that did not take a whole lot of time off the clock, Troy Mitchell.
2:35 off the clock for that last drive, 7 plays and 75 yards. And they just kept that tempo going, and it seemed like the Reddie defense was gassed because they're trying to make changes a lot during that drive to keep some fresh bodies in there.
So 17-14, Mule Riders have the lead. Kicking away, J. Todd Baker. It's a booming kick, spiraling in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. Right out to the 10, now to the 15, to the 20-yard line. It's going to make a man miss. This is Chris Ganaway on the return. It's brought to the 20-yard line, so a return of around 19 yards, 1st and 10 for the Reddies.
Wow. Let's take the 5-17 off and put it in the end zone. Keep your defense off the field. Let them get some a breather.
Take points, though, any way you can get them.
Want the points. The defense has to
they get a breather.
They're going to get some air in them.
So 1st and 10 for the Reddies. They'll have 2 receivers stacked at the numbers on the press box side over in front of us here. 2 to the top. Edwards is ready. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, throw to this side. It's going to be a screen. Pass complete to Maddox Davis. He's going to get probably 6 yards. So 2nd and 4 coming up for the Reddies there. Good play call right there. Got the ball moving at the 5-minute mark.
Pasco having the little block here on the outside to get Maddox some extra yardage. Pinning his guy to the sidelines.
So more compressed formation now. Edwards still in the backfield. They send a man in motion. That is Green. They will send it over to the far sideline. Nothing there. They're going to lose yards on that one. They had that one snuffed out the whole time.
And see, the passes are going backwards, and you got to get it across the line of scrimmage. You got to get positive yards. That one goes backwards, and now you lose the yardage, and now make it 3rd and long.
So 3rd down and 6 coming up from the 24-yard line. SAU has scored on all 3 drives. Henderson State has been forced to punt once. As coming into the game will be Andreas Griffin. He will line up on the far side isolated. Trips to the right of Andrew Edwards. He'll have a running back to his right hip pocket. Edwards takes a snap, a low snap. He's going to looking, nothing there. He's going to move, roll out to his right. Throwing back over the middle. He's lit up in the backfield, but there is a flag.
I think it's going to be holding. Got holding in the backfield. I think Marcus Lee was holding in the backfield.
That was an impressive play by Kendrick Janeel on the sack there. We'll wait for the penalty, though. Did the official lose his hat? Or did he throw his hat?
Threw his hat.
Okay, there's something else going on there.
There's 2 penalties.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see what he has to say.
Could be offsetting.
That would
it
help.
Could be a holding and then a personal foul.
That would help the Reddies.
There are fouls by multiple teams. Holding, offense, number 70. Personal foul, targeting on the defense. That play is under further review.
So they're going to call Marcus Lee on the hold. They're going to review the targeting.
Yeah, because he could be ejected.
Yeah, that'd be it would go from a big play for SAU to a big play for the Reddies there.
And then they could waive it off too. There could be a possibility they waive that off.
That is true. While they review this, we're going to take a tiny break. Here's this from Baptist Health here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. They're still taking a look at the videotape.
And it's really difficult. You only have a one-camera view here at Henderson. Most Division II schools, you only have the one-camera view, unlike as you see on Division I, where they have multiple cameras, and all these schools have ESPN Plus and stuff, so they can go back and review.
Now, the thing with this review is, it's wide open and it's on the camera side, so they'll have a pretty good look at whatever they need to get a look at.
And we'll see if they're still discussing it. This is a big call. Because if they say it wasn't targeting and decline it, then it's going to be a fourth down. If they call it targeting, it'd be offsetting, but still the defender would be ejected from the ball game.
And that's big.
So that's what they're discussing. Of course, every GAC game has a GAC official observer up here, and he's waiting. He makes his, he observes and he writes down all the penalties and everything. Because these GAC observers are graded. Each coach, turns in something. But that's how they get to do playoff games. See how they do for postseason play. Now, of course, GAC officials would never do a game that involves a GAC team. They would go to a different conference. So
that's still big for these officials.
They're getting to do playoff games and chances for advancement to possibly move up to D1. Some of them, we do have some officials that do D1. That are also D2 officials. So we even have some doing Arena League, like Landon Trusty. He did the Arena League this year.
I think they're the Diamonds now.
Yeah, they're the Diamonds now. Yeah. New owner.
From Mountain Home.
Yeah, he finally bought it. He was there for the last couple games to check it out, and he decided to buy them. So they're still discussing. This is I don't know.
I mean, if they're taking this long to discuss it, that would tell me that it's leaning more towards this is targeting.
Yeah, and
if it was quick, I'd say,
and then there's a couple issues on the targeting too. Is there malicious intent? That's one thing.
Just to the naked eye,
right?
It didn't seem like there was. When he threw a pump fake at him and he put his hands up.
I thought it was more of a late hit anyway.
Yeah.
But,
he still had the ball. So, but still, it was contact to the helmet. Anytime that's a big red flag that goes up.
Real nice crowd tonight.
Yeah.
What helps is the Arkansas game was at 11, so that helps out the crowd in the evening.
I hate to say that was over about 11:30.
Yeah, I was watching the game on TV, and I looked up in the stands, and by noon it looks like the stands were half empty.
Well, they have plenty of time to get down to Carpenter Haygood Stadium. Check this one out.
I think a lot of them were headed home to watch some of the afternoon games. Here they come.
Let's see what they have to say here. This is a big call coming up. 3:52 left in the first half.
After further video review, there is no foul for targeting on the play by Southern Arkansas number 26. Holding offense number 70. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a fourth down.
So a lot to unpack there. 𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗓𝗏 will be allowed to stay in the game. I think that's, we're kind of partial, but we could be impartial. I think that's the correct call.
Yeah, I didn't see really any malicious intent. He got a lot of rush on him.
But
that was a very bad series for Henderson right there.
Yeah, with the holding penalty, they just decline it. It'll be 4th and long, 4th and 15 for the Reddies. They'll punt. Henderson State Axel Robertson will have his heels on the goal line. Take the snap. They're going to send only 3, so this is a good punt. It's going to go past the 50, spiraling end over end. It's picked up. That is Andra Burns. He is pushed out at the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with pretty good field position for the Mule Riders.
Great field position with 3:35. They have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. And the way they've been moving the ball.
Yeah, we'll see. Henderson State needs to step it up right here. Get a stop right here.
You got to force a turnover.
Because, again, the big thing is, you still have the 2-minute timeout, and they have all of their timeouts, and they will start with the ball.
Yeah, you
start the second half.
You got to try to keep it off the board.
So 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders. They'll send Harris back out. It was Adam Parker that started the game. Then he lost his helmet, and he lost the starting job so far in this game. So Harris will be alone in the backfield. Trips to the left, 2 up top from the right hash mark. Harris will take the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. He looked for a second to pass. He's going to get past the 45, down to the 42-yard line, close to a first down, but he'll be short by about a yard. Did a lot of running for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, and Southern Arkansas they're content just to keep running the football and run that clock down and try to score with zeros on the clock.
3:10 to go in this first half of action. Been a good ball game. So Harris, again, they're taking their sweet time right now. Harris will actually take a step back further than where he was. He'll take the snap, and he will hand it off. That is over to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. They had contact in the backfield, but it's going to turn a 2-yard loss into about a 6-yard gain. 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders.
2 missed tackles in the backfield. You can't have that. I mean, there's been a lot of missed tackles here in this first half by Henderson State.
It's 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders at the 37. As they're going to have to snap it one more time for the 2-minute timeout. Harris will hand it off once again to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He will take it across the 35-yard line to the 33. Good gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and long, however, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. From Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, 17-14, SAU with the lead here, and they're marching.
2-minute timeout. Media.
So we will take a short little break, bring you the last 2 minutes of this half in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Henderson State University is known as the school with a heart. We lift each other up, encourage each other to reach our goals, and celebrate every win together. Because together, we're stronger. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're ready. Here, you don't just grow, you belong. Come see why Henderson is the school with a heart. Schedule a campus visit today.
South Central Connect believes our communities deserve more than just promises. They deserve action. That's why they're building and expanding a powerful fiber-to-the-home network that brings high-speed internet and crystal-clear digital phone service to rural areas across the region. They deliver faster internet speeds, unlimited data, and reliable support, all with no commitments. Try them risk-free and experience the difference fiber makes.
Well, after the 2-minute timeout here on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn, Henderson State in some trouble right now. SAU marching down the field once again. They are at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up. Harris will get the sign from the sideline.
I need somebody defensively to step up because they're getting manhandled a little bit on that front line.
Harris will hand it off. Actually, he's going to keep it. He's going to throw it to the far sideline. Pass complete to Williams. He's got room down inside the 15, past the 10-yard line. And 1st and goal coming up for the Mule Riders down at the 9-yard line.
They're just outrunning him. They're quick. That tempo, the Reddies are having a hard time keeping up with the tempo.
1st and goal from the 9 are the Mule Riders, and they're going to huddle, get the play call from the sideline.
Well, they're running that clock all the way down. They didn't want Henderson to have an offensive.
They know that Henderson State can score in a hurry if they need to. Minute and a half to go in the first half. SAU driving. Hezekiah Harris will take the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. It's a design run. He's going to go inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. So a gain of 3. Not bad for the Reddies there, as we'll have a stoppage. We have a Reddie down on the near side. That's Marcavius Justice down. As they're going to take a look at him.
Yeah, Southern Arkansas over 250 yards of offense already here in this first half.
Thing is, it seems like SAU's been on the field the whole game, even though it's a 17-14 game. So I believe that they have Justice. They're still taking a peek at Justice. Minute 15 to go in this first half after a 3-yard gain, 2nd and goal coming up for SAU. But you need to at least hold them to a field goal here.
Yeah, that's because they go up 11 and they get the ball back to start the second half. You're really putting your backs against the wall. So they have not been stopped on any drive yet.
17-14. SAU with the ball on this family day here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. So we're ready to resume now. Minute 15 to go in the first half.
Henderson State, I think, is going.
Timeout. Henderson. That's their second.
Coach isn't happy about something.
No, you didn't see anything that he liked out there, but it's a timeout for Henderson State. We'll take one with him. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Proudly serving Arkadelphia and surrounding communities since 1970, Two Rivers Federal Credit Union is a member-owned credit union dedicated to offering personalized banking solutions that meet your needs. From competitive auto loan rates to flexible savings options, they strive to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit with Two Rivers today and discover the benefits of joining a local, community-focused credit union.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, Henderson State will have one timeout remaining. There was something they did not like from that formation across the field on this second goal coming up, Troy.
Yeah, I saw Coach Holsworth had said something to the official and then started walking slowly back to the sideline, and it was like he didn't know what was going on. So he had to call timeout. He was kind of just did not look comfortable with whatever was being called, so I guess he's trying to give his team defense a little breather.
Yeah. Henderson State will have a timeout remaining. SAU still has all 3 left. Harris Ray, he'll take the snap. He's going to he hangs on to it. He's going to throw it toward the end zone, and passes incomplete. I think they were looking for big Patrick Sixby over there in the end zone, the 255-pound tight end, but Henderson State did a good job over there.
Now, if they can hold him out of the end zone one more play and force him to a field goal, that would be a huge stop.
So a big 3rd and 6 coming up for the Reddies on defense right now. SAU has scored on every drive so far in this game, as Yusuf Gamble will come out of the ball game. Harris is ready. Compressed formation. Harris will take the snap, looking to his left. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to put his head down toward the end zone. Takes a big hit. He's met at the 2. He's down at the 1. So now, this is a tough decision if you're SAU. Do you kick the field goal, or do you try to put 7 on the board?
I think you put 7 on the board. You've gotten positive yardage on almost every rushing attempt. I mean, because it could really...
It's going to swing the momentum either way.
Yeah, exactly. I think you've got the momentum. I think you try to punch it in.
So it'll be 4th and goal from the 1.
I got an injured Reddie on the field.
That was Bryant Hammond. Over there, the Henderson State staff taking a look at him. This is a big fulcrum of this game, Troy Mitchell.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest plays for the defense right now. You know, Southern Arkansas hasn't put the ball on the ground, we said earlier, both teams have only had 4 turnovers this year, and this is the 4th ball game. So they've protected the football pretty well all year.
A lot of their MO is they're going to run the ball and they're going to complete short passes like they have tonight. So there hadn't really been an opportunity.
They've completed
the one play down here on the sideline or the end zone to our right was really the only chance Henderson State's had at a turnover.
Yeah, Henderson State or Southern Arkansas has completed 11 of 13 passes tonight for 154 yards, while Henderson's 11 of 14 for 152 yards. But it's that rushing, 103 yards rushing for Southern Arkansas and only 36 for Henderson. And that's why Southern Arkansas has got 257 yards of offense so far, and Henderson's 188.
So 4th and goal. It's longer than a yard. It's probably about 1 yard and 2 feet.
And this is big here.
This is big. Big both sides.
Henderson can hold him out. Henderson hasn't stopped him yet.
They're due, though. So Harris will be in the backfield.
Big guys up front.
There's a receiver isolated on the far sideline. Crowd getting into it here at 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Still plenty of time on the play clock. Now Harris shouting directions. Looked like he was going to go under center. He's going to go back in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, tuck it and run. He is. It's close. It's close.
No,
and he didn't get it. He has stood up at the goal line. By the looks of it,
there was no touchdown signal. Boy, that reminds me of a play a long time ago across the street. Last play of the game, and Henderson stuffed at the goal line OBU to win a big game over there. This one was huge.
So a big-time defensive stop for these Reddies right now. That's the good news. The slightly bad news is you're inside your own 1 here with 47 seconds to go.
And you want some more bad news? Southern Arkansas still has 3 timeouts.
Yes. This 47 seconds could take a while.
Yeah. Reddies have got to get it out of the end zone. They've got to get positive yardage somehow.
Well, you mentioned a 98-yard touchdown pass.
Somebody's calling a timeout.
Southern Arkansas has called timeout to challenge the ruling on the play.
Well,
that is a turnover on downs.
You're not going to get a look at it.
Well, they do have the opportunity to challenge this one and take a look at it. While they take a look at it, we'll take a short little break here on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. Hopefully they tell us something good after this in just a moment.
Chicken Express is proud to be a part of Arkadelphia and support the Henderson State Reddies. Stop in and try one of their great combo meals, from chicken tenders to fried chicken, wings, and even their fantastic catfish. Chicken Express, where they always appreciate the customer with fast, friendly service and the best quality food. Home of the legendary Chicken E-Sweet Tea. That's Chicken Express off I-30, exit 73 in Arkadelphia.
For Henderson State apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent at all home football games. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.reddiebookstore.com. The Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back here at Henderson State, the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. There's a video review. SAU was stopped at the 1, and we'll see if anything changes here.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Southern Arkansas will be charged a timeout and has lost their challenge. First down, Henderson.
So, Troy, you mentioned this while we were off the air just now. There's only one camera angle they could see, and they have the timeout to use, so it's a... Fourth and one.
But you lose your challenge if that comes
That
later.
is true.
But there's no goal line camera. You got the one camera above us.
But they do lose a timeout. Henderson State out of timeouts. They can score in a hurry.
You just got to get it out of the end zone.
Send a man in motion. That is Caden Davis. They'll hand it off. They'll get out of the end zone down to the 5. They could take it to the halftime break, and we'll have a flag on the field. A lot of extracurricular activity. As might have been on both sides.
It's most likely going to be called on both players. Now, it's only on Southern Arkansas.
That helps.
And you may take some shots.
Well, you mentioned earlier the 98-yard touchdown pass. It's a school record. We just had a 91-yard, so we're within range right now.
It's going to be an offsetting, whatever it is.
I think so. It's kind of like the double technicals in basketball. Like, what does that do?
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense, number 70. That foul includes a 10-second off. Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds. The clock will start on the ready.
So Marcus Lee is called for a penalty. There's going to be a 10-second runoff, so the clock will be at 25 seconds. At the official's call, it's half the distance to the goal, so it goes from the 5 to between the 2 and the 3.
Now Henderson could elect not to even run or just
take. Well, it's 25 seconds each, so I don't take a knee here.
You don't want to take a knee.
So they'll send Caden Davis in motion. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to throw over to the far sideline as pass is complete. Clock's still moving.
Yeah. That's dangerous. If that could have been a quick pick 6.
Pass is complete. That was Taylon Pascal. So that will take us to halftime here from Carpenter Haygood Stadium at Geo Services Field. Been a good first half of football. Southern Arkansas in the lead, 17-14. We'll take a short little break, and we will have your halftime show and your stats recap presented by Pepsi in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are on your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see? Printmania can help you turn your idea.
Real quick.
So back here at Henderson State, the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. We'll give you the band performance here in a couple of moments. But, Troy, you have a special team.
Yeah, today we're honoring the 1985 AIC championship team, the Arkansas Intercollegiate Conference. 40 years ago, that team, 1985, coached by the legendary Sporty Carpenter, went 9-3. They were ended the year ranked number 7 in the country. 3 All-Americans on that team: kicker Keith Brine, running back Kenny Fells, and of course defensive end Bruce Barnes. A lot of those players here having a good time, remembering 40 years ago, AIC champions, the 1985 Reddies, and again, coached by legendary coach Sporty Carpenter.
It's a little before my time back in 1985.
I mean, 1985, that's when I just graduated high school. So, so they're coming off the field, and
show band of Arkansas.
Now it's time for the show band in Arkansas. They're going to put on a nice performance, and then we'll come back and get you some scores and go around and get all the statistics.
Yes, sir. We'll take a short little break. We'll have the show band of Arkansas's performance at halftime here in just a couple of moments. This is the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
turn the volume because the showman of Arkansas is bringing their stadium to life with their 2021 production, Shades of Rock. We kick things off with a blast from the 80s. Round and Round by Rat, mixed with one of the heaviest rock segments ever, Black Sabbath's War Pigs. It's old school, it's powerful, and it's the perfect way to launch tonight's show. The band is laying down the riffs. You can feel it in the stands. And next, we roll with music from some Arkansas pride. First up, the Southern Swagger of Black Oak, Arkansas, and their hit, Jim Dandy, a tune that puts our state on the rock map. Then we turn to Arkansas legend, Evanescence, with Bring Me to Life. The band shifts gears into an epic wall of sound that blends drum, intensity, and a little hometown connection. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the showman of Arkansas and the 2025 showmen of Arkansas. They spent the afternoon rehearsing alongside our neighbors, enjoyed all pregame festivities, and now they're ready to bring music to life on the field. Please welcome our Chevrolet students as they join with the showmen of Arkansas to perform Buck Jump by Trombone Shorty.
Welcome back into Carpenter-Haygood Stadium on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. It's halftime here. SAU in the lead 17-14. You have some scores from around the conference and the nation.
Yeah, we'll go around the Great American Conference. First, the first final of the day, Southern Nazarene loses to Southeastern Oklahoma 27-21. They had a chance, but Southeastern pulls off the win up in Bethany. At halftime, East Central all over Northwestern Oklahoma 31-6. At the break, Southwestern Oklahoma 21, Oklahoma Baptist 14. And here's one that kind of stunner. At halftime, Arkansas Monticello 13, Arkansas Tech 10.
Ooh.
And at the end of the first quarter, Harding 7, OBU 0. And that's your look at the Great American Conference scores.
Two big games in the country right now.
Yeah, you got a couple of games going on, several games. It was a great slate of games today. Right now, nationally ranked still, Iowa State's leading Arizona 22-0. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Oregon and Penn State. Penn State just took the 3-0 lead with a field goal here early in the second quarter. Alabama leads Georgia at the end of the first 7-0. Southern Miss on top of Missouri on top of UMass 14-6.
Huh.
And Kentucky's leading South Carolina 10-7 at the end of the first. Some earlier quick finals in the top 25. How Ohio State beats Washington 24-6. Ole Miss takes down number 4 LSU 24-19. Texas A&M holds on to beat Auburn 16-10. Indiana comes back to beat Iowa 20-15. Tennessee wins in overtime against Mississippi State 41-34. Georgia Tech wins in overtime against Wake Forest 30-29. Vanderbilt all over Utah State 55-35. Illinois 34. USC 32.
ILL.
That's right. We won't mention the next one because too many people don't want to hear it. Minnesota beats Rutgers 31-28, and that's out of your top 25. And of course, my alma mater, Ohio University, wins 35-21 over Bowling Green. Back when I was in college, the joke was, "What's Ohio without the H?"
What is it?
0-10. That's how bad they were. That was really how bad Ohio. And ever since Frank Solich came into town and turned that, after being fired at Nebraska, turned that program around and winning the MAC title last year and upsetting West Virginia, they got a pretty good club. I mean, so it's fun to watch. It's fun to be able to be down here and get to watch them on TV. But that's your scores. Want to go to some halftime statistics?
Yeah, why not? Let's take a look at them.
Let's, like we said, the score is 17-14.
These are presented by Pepsi.
Presented by Pepsi. First downs for Southern Arkansas, 15. They carried the ball 25 times for 103 yards. Throw the ball 154 yards, 11 of 13. Total plays, 38 plays, 257 yards. 16-18 on the time of possession. 4-6 on third down conversions. Red zone chances, 3 of 4. Of course, they were stopped on that last series. Henderson State only 9 first downs, 12 rushes for 40 yards, 156 yards passing, 12 of 15 on the attempts and completions. Total plays, 27 plays, 196 yards. They've had 2 punts, average 42 yards per punt. They've had 3 penalties for 17 yards. Southern Arkansas just 1 for 5. 13-42 in time and possession. They were also 4-6 on third down conversions. Individual statistics for Southern Arkansas. Gomez rushing leads the Mule Riders with 40 yards on 7 carries. Harris, 6 carries for 22 yards. Harris also has completed 6 of 7 passes for 99 yards. Adam Parker, 5 completions on 6 attempts. Top receiver, Kendall Williams, 3 catches for 52 yards. While Gomez, 2 catches for 22 yards. For Henderson State, Jeremiah Davis leading the rushing, 5 carries for 23 yards. Andrew Edwards, 5 carries for 13 yards. Edwards, of course, 12 of 15 for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the 91-yard touchdown. He was sacked once. Maddox Davis, 4 catches for 25 yards. Talon Pascal, 3 catches for 105 yards, including a pair of touchdowns. And that'll pretty much do it now as we get ready for the second half. The category the Reddies really need to get is the rushing attack.
Yes.
A rushing attack. Did want to mention defensively, Brian Hammond, 7 tackles to lead Henderson State. Marcavius Justice with 6 tackles. For Southern Arkansas, Tridell Talley has 6 tackles, and Kendrick Junell with 5.
Those are your halftime stats. Before we get things rolling, we're going to step aside for a quick break before we start the second half of action. This is the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn.
Java Primo, where amazing coffee is just the beginning. Visit Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia, on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, and on the Square in Magnolia. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, gifts, or desserts, Java Primo has something amazing for everyone. Shop for gifts and gift cards for your favorite Reddie online 24/7 at javaprimo.com.
Back just in time here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Henderson State will kick off in a better situation than it was looking like at the end of that first half, Troy.
Yeah, great defensive stop to keep him out of the end zone. Southern Arkansas elected to go for the touchdown, and he was held up, and still a 3-point ball game.
Kick is away. This is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line. Here it comes, down to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Had a little bit of room, but a hard hit. That was Nigel Bell laying the boom from Blytheville, Arkansas. So SAU will take over 1st and 10.
And they'll start it right on their 25, I believe.
So essentially about, exactly right at the 25. So got a yard further, it would have been a touchback. So it works about the same. So 1st and 10 from the 25 is where SAU will start in the third quarter, moving from right to left in front of us here. Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, good crowd on hand tonight on Family Day, Troy.
We're seeing a great ball game, too. Ready defense needs to step it up now.
So they have Adam Parker back into the game. So he started the game, and then he lost his helmet, and then Hezekiah Harris came in as they'll gain 7 yards on this one. 2nd and 3 coming up.
The offensive line for Southern Arkansas is just getting a great push for the Mule Riders.
Parks will take the snap. He'll hand off to 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗏. He is met at the line of scrimmage. Good job by Henderson State. Looked like that was Jordan Owens coming flying in over there.
Yeah, he had a beat on him, and now that comes up 3rd down. Like we said, they're 4 of 6 on 3rd down conversions so far tonight. That's a big 3rd down. Boy, if you could stop them on this series.
That would be big. So it'll be Adam Parker alone in the backfield. And they have 2 quarterbacks listed as their number 1 on the depth chart. He's alone in the backfield, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. They'll send the far man on the left side in motion. Take the snap, throws it back over the middle. The pass is complete. It's going to be awful close to the 1st down.
This referee has him spotted a yard short.
Depending on the spot of the ball.
And it is.
That's Jeremy Goodrich there, the line judge.
And they're going to go for it. 4th down.
4th and inches right now. Let's see if they just try to draw him off sides. Let's take the snap. Parker, he is close. He's got it. Gain of about 1.5 yards. They only needed about a foot to get it. That's a good decision right there if you're SAU.
Where you've been pushing Henderson off the football.
So 1st and 10 as they move the chains. The Mule Riders. 2 minutes into this third quarter of action. They were stopped at the 1 to close out the first half. They would have had the chance to break it open right now, but now it's still a 1-score game. Parker takes the snap, going to tuck it and run. It's a design run. It's going to go to the far sideline. Missed tackle by Zach Baker. He's still along the sideline, pushed out of bounds. It'll be at the 43-yard line for the Mule Riders.
It's something that Henderson's going to have to clean up. It's just missed tackle after missed tackle.
So 2nd and short coming up for the Mule Riders. The 2nd and 2, long 2. Parker will take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, and now he's going to tuck and run. It looked like he was going to try to aim for Williams on the near side.
And he just threw it out of the end.
He threw it out, threw it away. So he took a big hit on the far side. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
And that's really the first time the Ready defense had any pursuit on the quarterback, any pressure.
So big time play coming up here again for the Reddies. SAU's been successful on 3rd down tonight.
5 of 7, or 4 of 6, but then 4th down they were 1 of 1. Or no, 1 of 2. They didn't get it to that goal line.
I'll check to the sideline. Parker still at quarterback. He's got trips to his left, 1 isolated at the top. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's got it to the 45-yard line, past the 45 to the 46. 1st and 10 coming up for the Mule Riders. Again, it's just paper cutting us to death.
Yeah, nothing doing anything fancy. They're just blowing us off the football.
So a 1st and 10 coming up. Pass over to the left side. That was intended for Kendall Williams. Underthrew him a bit. 2nd and 10 right now. They had that pretty well covered.
Yeah. Checking back in. Contrell Wallace checking back in for the Reddies. Reddies are substituting a lot defensively, trying to keep fresh legs in there because Southern Arkansas, this tempo of Southern Arkansas is wearing down the defense.
2nd and 10. Stack set to the left side. Parker looking. Now he's going to go. Evades pressure. He's going to throw it back over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good job by Paul Manning to help break that one up for a 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and long. This is what we talked about. Cannot have another 3rd down and long conversion like we did in the first half that ended up going into a touchdown.
So we'll see what the Mule Riders have cooked up here on 3rd and 10 from their own 46. Still not on the friendly side of the 50-yard line for them. Empty backfield, shotgun formation, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Parker takes the snap. Looking's got all day. He's going to throw it deep down the middle of the field. Pass is picked off. Leo Morris with the interception. And look at that, a big stop for this Henderson State defense, and they'll take over 1st and 10.
First turnover of the ball game, and it's in favor of the Reddies, so Henderson State really needed that.
So this has swung the momentum. The last drive of the first half, Henderson State stops them at the 1, even less than that, and then they come out of halftime and force a turnover.
Yeah, and, you know, look at it. Could have scored a touchdown. And
it could have been ugly by now.
It easily could have been 31-14. So that's Reddies need to score here to make it like a 21-point swing in just those 3 plays.
You could feel the momentum shifting here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Andrew Edwards back to work in the second half. He'll take the snap. He's looking. He's going to throw it over to this side. Pass is dropped. That was Caden Davis.
He threw it at his feet.
Yeah.
Drew trying to hustle, hurry a little bit too much. He had time.
He had plenty of time. Just underthrew him. Happens to the best of them. Dudes on Sundays do that too.
And you don't want a 3 and out after a good defense.
No. One man isolated at the top. Edwards will take the snap. It's an RPO. They'll give it to Maddox Davis on the near side. He might have got a yard. I think he did get a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up for the Reddies.
How to get the defense getting up off the bench because it's just moving so quick. The Reddies are just not moving the football right now. Their last couple possessions, they've really struggled.
Green and Davis at the top of your screen. Trips formation to the left side. Shotgun. Edwards takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to throw it over the left side. It's a bullet pass. Pass is complete. Over on the far sideline. A good pass and catch. That was to Talon Pascal. It's been a one-man wrecking crew tonight.
Pascal's having having a career night. 2 touchdowns already, including a 91-yarder.
So that moves the chains and takes them across the 50-yard line. So Henderson State now cooking with a little bit of Crisco right now.
In plus territory, so.
1st and 10 for the Reddies right now. Edwards takes the snap. He is going to hand it off. That was to Jeremiah Davis. He got a couple of yards, probably 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, Reddy's really trying to get some type of a ground game. Southern Arkansas defense has done a good job in limiting the damage on the ground. Reddy's had to resort to passing.
Past the 10-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Edwards ready to go. He'll take the snap. Looking, nothing there, and he's going to be brought down by a host. Well, he's still on his feet. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. At worst, I think it's just going to be a 1-yard loss. Or 3-yard loss, excuse me. He'll bring up 3rd and 11 coming up.
You know, just a breakdown up front. He had no chance of even looking downfield as the defense just bull rushed the offensive line for the Reddies.
Outside of that targeting they looked at in the first half, that's really the first time they've gotten to Edwards.
Yeah.
So 10 on the play clock right now. Edwards takes the snap. He's looking, steps up in the pocket, throws it back over the middle. It's incomplete.
It was dropped. I mean, that ball, he was wide open, and he just dropped it.
That was intended for Maddox Davis, 5'9" freshman out of Benton, Arkansas, and Henderson State's going to punt.
Boy, he had the perfect play. He was wide open. He had the first down, and he just dropped it. Young man, young player, freshman. You're going to have that. I think he was, and I think he's looking at him. He's disgusted with himself.
So Henderson State will punt.
Could not take advantage of the turnover.
Punt is away. It's a good punt by Robertson. It's going to bounce and keep bouncing, and they won't be able to keep it in the field of play, so it's going to be a touchback.
Timeout. Media.
So we are at
first of the third quarter.
We are at the media timeout. 17-14, SAU has the ball back. We'll take a short little break. You are on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Proudly creating job opportunities here in Clark County. Enjoy the sweet life and apply to join the Hostess team. The Arkadelphia Bakery is currently hiring for both salary and hourly positions. And while you're at it, go ahead and give one of their Twinkies, donuts, or jumbo honey buns a try. Your sweet tooth will be glad you did. Hostess, a proud supporter of the Henderson State Reddies.
Sodexo would like to invite you to a new dining experience on the beautiful campus of Henderson State University. Come dine with us in our new dining hall or retail locations, including Starbucks, perfect for your break times. Grab a quick lunch at Chick-fil-A, where it's always a pleasure to serve you, and check out the all-new Reddie Grill. Fresh ingredients made to order and certain to put you in that ready spirit. Sodexo, encouraging you to eat well, live ready.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Henderson State forced to punt after forcing a turnover. SAU's offense will take the field once again after the interception on the last drive. They will send Parker back out on the field. Parker will take the snap. He will hand it off to 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗏. He stood up close to the original line of scrimmage.
He got about a couple yards on the play.
About a yard. It's going to be second and 8, yeah. Contact up front at the line of scrimmage. And SAU in no hurry. So far they've been very methodical in their movement.
They want to just keep moving the ball slowly, keep the ball out of Henderson's hands.
Parker will take the snap. It's a design run. He's going to get to the 27-yard line, as he will be short of a first down.
It still amazes me how Southern Arkansas just one penalty for 5 yards, because you go back in the past history of Southern Arkansas, they've been the team that's been highly penalized over the years. Very disciplined today and not penalized a lot this year.
Well, the Henderson State defense has stepped up the last 2 drives. See if they can do it a third time on 3rd and 2. Be trips to the right. They'll have that big tight end, Patrick Sixby, to the right side of the offensive line. Parker will take the snap. He's going to tuck it and run. And there's a whole heap of bodies there. He might have got it. He did get it.
He got across the 30.
Yep. He's going to be placed about the 31.
They just so big. They put this bowling ball in there and just let him go. Henderson State had a player like that, was a linebacker, but he ran on short plays, and he's a Hall of Famer. His name's Keaton Stigger. 1 year, he rushed the ball 13 times, 12 touchdowns, and 1 first, because he only came in on short yardage.
It was like
plays.
a Jerome Bettis.
Yes, that's all he did. But he was an all-conference player of the year, defensive player of the year. He was a great ball player.
So Zach Thompson was the injured mule rider on the play, lost his helmet. He had come out of the game. So 1st and 10 for the mule riders here.
Clock's still ticking, 7:10 to play in the third quarter.
𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘 to the left of Parker. Parker will take the snap. He's looking, fakes the handoff. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage. That was a good job by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to get his big paws in the air right there and bat that one down.
Very lucky for Southern Arkansas. That ball wasn't a little tip drill and intercepted and went the other way. They had a lot of Reddies in the area, but they just couldn't spin on the dime that quick enough to get to the football.
It's a good job by the 6'5", 220-pound 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Break that one up. Used all that 6'5". Parker will take the snap. He'll hand it off on second down. Possibly a yard and a half, maybe 2. And it'll be 3rd and long again, Troy Mitchell.
Yeah, Henderson defense can stop him here. Force Southern Arkansas to punt for the first time tonight because they haven't done it yet. Cannot give up the big play here. That way, I really feel if they can force Southern Arkansas to punt, they may get some momentum back.
The defense has stepped up for the Reddies here. Parker takes the snap, empty backfield. He's going to throw it back over the middle, and it's broken up. That was Bryant Hammond who stepped in front of the pass intended for Kendall Williams right there.
Great pressure by the Reddie defense on Parker. Forced him to have to throw it in a hurry, and then good defensive play by the secondary, and that now forces Southern Arkansas's first punt of the game as J. Todd Baker, the junior, steps in there.
Big 6'4", 205-pound punter. That's a big punter. So they will punt for the first time tonight. Reddies will have one man back. It looks like they might try to go after this one. Baker's punt is away. It's a spiraling punt in the air. It's going to be fair caught at the 22. That's where the Reddies will start 1st and 10. Got to get points right here, Troy.
Let's see if we're going to a media timeout or not. I'm looking from the referee. It looks like we're going to a media timeout.
Out. Media. That's the second of the 3rd quarter.
Well, this is the media timeout. We'll step aside for a short break. We'll have you more football here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Are you in the market for insurance? Have questions about coverage, claims, or anything in between? Contact your local State Farm agent, Heather Powell. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, Heather is there to help you. Stop by her offices in Arkadelphia or Hot Springs to chat about your insurance needs, or give her a call at 501-623-8878. Heather Powell, where good neighbor service meets great insurance. When you travel, it matters where you stay, and that's why the Reddies choose Hampton Inn, the official hotel of Reddie Athletics. Hampton will always go the extra mile to give you an exceptional stay with amenities designed for your comfort and convenience. Stay at the Hampton Inn of Arkadelphia to enjoy their free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and spacious rooms. Hampton Inn, we love having you here.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. 3 straight good possessions by this Henderson State defense, Troy, but now it's time for the offense to step it up.
Yeah, they really need to move the football. They haven't moved the football since the 91-yard touchdown strike.
So stack formation on both sides as they will hand it off. Making a couple men miss is Chris Ganaway, and he'll gain a yard.
And Ganaway, he tried to stutter step and go out to the side. If he would have just kept staying inside, he would have had at least 3 or 4 yards. Guys are trying to do too much. Just get positive, 4 or 5 yards to make it manageable. Once you get, you don't want these long situations, 3rd and longs.
So 2nd and 9 coming up. Trips to the left side of Andrew Edwards. Edwards will take the snap. He's looking to his left, throws it over to the left as it was tipped in the air. Micah Green got a hand on it. It was a little behind, almost intercepted, but it'll be a harmless 3rd and 9 for the Reddies.
And you had Maddox crossing the 30-yard line wide open, and Edwards missed him.
So 3rd and long coming up for the Reddies at the 5:35 mark in this 3rd quarter. There's been no scoring in this quarter. Henderson State's defense has forced a turnover, and 2 stops in their last 3 possessions. Edwards takes the snap. He's looking, steps up in the pocket. He is sacked. He is brought down by big Brody Verner, a defensive lineman from Plano, Texas, and it'll be 4th down once again for the Reddies.
Yeah, Southern Arkansas just blitzed and went right by the Reddie offensive front, not let Edwards have any chance to look downfield.
So Axel Robertson will punt once again. He's done the yeoman's work tonight, punting for the Reddies. Ball's just on the other side of the 20-yard line. 4th and 11 coming up. They're not going after this one. Robertson's punt is away, end over end. It's going to bounce at the 42 and keep rolling, take a Henderson State bounce. It'll be down at the 39, and SAU will take over 1st and 10. That defense comes back on the field again, Troy.
Yeah. You're gonna have to just rely on defense to do something for you because the offense is just sputtering right now. You need to get that offense together and make some adjustments because they're just not moving the football whatsoever.
So we'll see what Henderson State can do here on defense, but it's asking a lot to ask them to keep getting stops.
Right, and you got to feel like whoever scores the next touchdown is probably going to win this ball game because –
it was looking like this was going to be a shootout.
Yeah, and this Reddie defense finally stepped it up, and now they're being asked to do a lot.
So Hezekiah Harris is back into the game. They've switched quarterbacks. They hand it off over right guard Katravion Thomas from Mineral Springs, Arkansas, with a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Mule Riders.
And see, that's the difference between the two offenses right now. Southern Arkansas is getting 3, 4, 5 yards a crack on a rush. The Reddies aren't getting maybe 1 or 2, if that.
So shotgun formation, empty backfield. Trips to the left for Harris. He's looking to his right. He's going to go deep down the right sideline. Pass is incomplete. Good job in coverage. I believe that was Paul Manning once again. They've been kind of going after Manning tonight. He was close to an interception. He had that DPI earlier, but that's about the 4th time they've targeted him.
And you kind of wonder why Southern Arkansas is getting away from their little short outs, and they're running.
I'm not complaining.
I mean.
So 3rd and long coming up, a long 6 for the Mule Riders here. Looks like this near receiver was lined up off sides. Harris will take the snap. He'll tuck it and run. He's met right before the 45. He is not close to the 1st down marker. He's down at the 45. It'll be 4th and long, and it looks like SAU will be forced to punt.
Well, they may go for it. It's 4th and.
Oh, yeah, they're going to bring the punt
Here
team.
comes the punt unit.
So J. Todd Baker getting a lot of work in this 3rd quarter after he was rested up after that first half. Back to receive for Henderson State, Talon Pascal. He's returned one this year. Might be nice. He's had a good night so far. Another return would be nice here.
Set up for a return here.
Baker's punt is away. It's high and in the air. A lot of airtime on this one. Pascal's not even going to have a chance. It's going to go out of bounds, and we'll see where they spot it. It's going to be close to the 20. They'll say, well, the referee's still moving.
Still walking.
Still going. It's at the 26-yard line, so that's a favorable spot. I thought it might have went a little further down, but we're at an awkward angle. So
I'm actually going to put it to about the 27.
Okay.
So
1st and 10 for the Reddies coming up here.
Now you really have to do something. You got to move the football here.
Yes.
You can't just go another 3 and out.
So Andrew Edwards back into the game. He'll take the snap, hand it off, or he's going to tuck it and run. Andrew Edwards around left tackle. He's going to gain about 8 yards right there, just what the doctor ordered, Troy.
Right. Basically, okay, I'll do it. If you're not going to do it, I'll do it. So you get you a nice 8-yard gain on 1st down. And like we said, that opens up a lot of options for 2nd down and short. Now you could go for a long ball or something, a little trick play or something here.
Cameron Gallagher will come into the game replacing Maddox Davis. 2nd and 2 coming up. And we'll hand it off once again to Jeremiah Davis. Close to the first down marker. He'll have it. 1st and 10 coming up for the Reddies. That's a good start. First down.
First down. Move the change for the first time, really, I think, in the first time this happened.
I believe so. So coming out of the game will be Cameron Gallagher, redshirt senior from Dickinson, Texas. We'll head back to the sideline. Shotgun formation. He'll have Davis to his right hip pocket. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking, he's still looking, throws it to the sideline. And he had Maddox Davis open, but Davis zigged when he should have zagged.
I tell you, the defensive secondary for Southern Arkansas doing a good job on the coverage of the Reddies, not giving Edwards a lot of options.
Now, that's how Edwards was able to get that 8-yard rush earlier. He had no option, but they didn't have him covered. So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up for Henderson State. So we're at the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter of action. No scoring in this third quarter. See if the Reddies can change that. Ball at the 38-yard line. Edwards takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's looking. He's going to step up in the pocket. Throws it back to the left side of the field. Pass is complete. That is Micah Green. Ran out of bounds way down the field at the 39-yard line. That's a big play.
Yeah, we mentioned him at the top of the broadcast. We need to get him involved, and right there was a big play for Green to get the Reddies in plus territory.
So Chris Ganaway will come into the game, replacing Jeremiah Davis. He'll get a breather. So 1st and 10 for the Reddies. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to toss it to Ganaway. Ganaway's got some room. He's tripped up at the 35. He had a little bit of room there, but it's going to be a gain of
about 6.
About 6 or so. So 2nd and very manageable coming up for the Reddies.
You just think the second half, or ever since that 91-yard touchdown, that the Reddies have been taken out of sync of the way they were running offense. Their tempo has changed quite a bit, probably because Southern Arkansas's tempos was so quick and the defense was tired.
Now the shoe's on the other foot now. Well, it seems like SAU's defense has been out here a lot. Edwards takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to have the first down. He's ran out of bounds at the 27. And another first down for the Reddies.
Nice alertness by Edwards. He saw where the chains was and went out of bounds just past it. Got some legs on him now. He can move. He can run a little bit, can't he?
Like I said earlier, to be young again, that'd be nice. So they'll have to snap it one more time. Play clock and the game clock separated by 2 seconds. Send a man in motion, bunch formation at the top. They'll have big Caden Davis to the left of left tackle. Edwards will take the snap. He's going to throw it back over the middle. Oh,
that should be
that should be targeting. Wow.
Something should come in there.
The Reddie sideline lit up as it's going to be an incompletion.
Well, I'd like to see that again.
It was awful close to me. Of course, I'm not an official. So 2nd and 10 for the Reddies. They are inside the 30. 3 seconds left on the game clock. 10 on the play clock right now. Clock is stopped. Edwards takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Jeremiah Davis. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get it close to the first down marker. And that's going to take us to the fourth quarter. So SAU is kind of on their heels right now. Henderson State marching down the field. We'll take a break, bring you the fourth quarter of action here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Fairway Nation mortgage loan officers are dedicated to finding great rates and loan options for their customers while offering some of the fastest turn times in the industry. Fairway strives to make team members and customers feel like a part of the family while providing exceptional customer service, speed, and support by being kind, humble, and giving 100% every day. Visit our local Fairway mortgage loan officers Chad Bradford and Marissa McKay here in Arkadelphia, or call them at 501-910-0773 to get started today. SCM Architects have been serving Henderson State University for over 20 years. You'll recognize the firm's work on campus in the design of the dining hall, the Charles Dunn Student Recreation Center, Sturgis Honors Hall, and East and West Residence Hall. This year, SCM Architects have been privileged to work on the new Charles and Anita Cave Student Athlete Success Center and the restoration of the historic Captain Henderson House. Learn more about the firm's higher education, commercial interior design, historic preservation, and master planning projects at scmarchitects.com.
Back here at Henderson State University, home of the Reddies, Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. Where you're watching this live, you got a score update for us, Troy.
Yeah, a couple interesting scores. At half, 7-0 Harding over OBU. And with 9:51 to play in the game, Arkansas Tech 17, Arkansas Monticello 16.
Interesting scores. Of course, they're saying the same thing over here. So final 15 coming up. Edwards will take the snap. He hands it off. That is to Jeremiah Davis. He's got the first down, and Moore keeps the feet moving. He's inside the 10, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for the Reddies to start the 4th stanza.
And that was just inside the 20, inside the red zone, and it was a 3rd down and 1, and he makes a big gain out right up the middle, running hard. Now the Reddies need to punch it in.
So they're taking their time here. It'll be 1st and goal. The run game's kind of woken up now. So Edwards,
you don't have a lot of room to work here in the. Sorry about that.
You're good.
End zone on the pass game, so you're going to really have to. I'd like to see some RPO here.
Edwards will take the snap. He's getting head off. Jeremiah Davis puts his head down. Touchdown, Reddies! Davis did a great job. Ducked his head down and found pay dirt, and now the Reddies have the lead.
Reddies really needed that one. Defense did everything they could that 3rd quarter, and the offense finally responded. Long way to go, but at least you're back on top and put the pressure on the team across the field.
So for the first time since the middle or early parts of the 2nd quarter, Henderson State has the lead. Ryan McDonald on to attempt the extra point. Snaps good, holds good. The extra point is good. 14-12 remaining in the ball game. The good guys back on top. Henderson State leading this one 21-17. We'll step aside. We'll have a short little break. Come back in just a moment here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
When you order from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. This second half's been a real good second half for Henderson State on both ends of the ball, Troy.
Yeah, Henderson State, that drive, 10 plays, 73 yards, 4:02 off the clock. Reddies rushed the ball 7 times for 50 yards in that drive.
Yeah, that's you said they need to step up the run game, and they certainly did. So Henderson State will kick off. High spiraling kick. It's going to go through the end zone. Actually bounced right at the 1. If it had taken a little more friendlier bounce, it would have been a good look for the Reddies right there, but it'll go in the end zone. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Mule Riders. Defense has stepped up. Get them one more stop, and let's see what happens. Right, Troy?
Right. You just got to keep playing. Keep playing like you're behind here. Yeah. Defense, the pressure, because Southern Arkansas is going to do everything it can to move that football, and they've got so many weapons. And if you can just make some big plays, Southern Arkansas has not made many mistakes, especially penalty-wise. They've only had the 1 turnover, which Henderson could not benefit from. But the big thing right now was not scoring at the end of the first half.
Yeah, that's where that game turned.
Are they saying that ball went out of bounds and they're moving it to the 35? There's a 5. They moved the ball to the 30.
Yeah, why is this at the 30? Unless they said it. I didn't see a flag. Did you?
Penalty.
Well, anyway, we're going to continue. Harris' pass complete in the backfield, and a big boom in the backfield. That was Brenton Brassfield from Beebe, Arkansas, in on the tackle.
I can't understand why that ball was put to the 30 because I didn't see a penalty.
I didn't see a flag either. Either way, it's 2nd and 11 now. They'll send the big Patrick 6B in motion from right to left. Harris takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Pass is complete. That is to Patrick 6B, the big tight end. They shuffled him back the other direction at the end of that pre-snap motion at 2nd and 1.
Henderson was offsides on the kickoff.
Gotcha.
And they added it to the end of the play.
Gotcha. A 3rd and 1, excuse me. So Harris will tuck it and run. He's going to get the first down and more down at the 45. I never saw a flag. We
were looking this way, so
That's
it
true.
happened over here at the 30, so we didn't see it.
We'll try to do better next time. 1st and 10 for the Mule Riders at the 46.
See, Southern Arkansas just moving.
Harris takes the snap. He'll hand off once again to 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗏. Going to be a big gain, and forward motion is stopped at the forward progress, at the 49-yard line. Be 2nd and 5 for the Mule Riders coming up. No substitutions out here. 2 to the right, or 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Like a pistol formation, low snap. Harris will take it. Looking to his right. He's moving. He's going to throw it away out of harm's way. And it'll be incomplete. It brings up another 3rd down.
So when the Reddies really need to force this a turnover here. Or I'll force them to punt anyway.
I'll take either one. 3rd and 5 now for the Mule Riders. A big fulcrum again in this game. This is another big part here.
Mule Riders 6 of 12 on 3rd downs.
Harris with an empty backfield in the shotgun formation. 3 to his right, 2 to his left. They're going to send the far man in motion. He'll take the snap, looking to his left, now to his right. He's got nothing. He's in trouble right now. He's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to stretch. He's going to be way short of the 1st down. If they gave him the 45, he's lucky. And it looks like he did get to the 45. It's still 4th and short.
Well, they're going to go for it. They're in plus territory.
Kind of no man's land. Too far for a field goal and too short to punt. And you are trailing. The crowd getting into it here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium on this 4th and 1. I'll see if they try to draw Henderson offside. 10 on the play clock. He's got Sanders isolated at the top. Harris takes the snap. It rolls to him. He's going to duck down, tuck his head under, and he'll get the 1st down. He fielded like a shortstop. He's still got the 1st down. It seems like they're kind of similar to like the Philadelphia Eagles. If they get 4th or 3rd and short, they're going to get it. It seems like all night.
It seems like all night they just get those short plays.
So Harris set again. He's got a tailback to his left. It's Gomez. He's going to go deep, high in the air over toward the end zone, and it's picked off.
Are they calling interception?
I think he...
Yeah, they are.
Wait.
No.
Oh, wow. Oh, they said they caught it. I thought that was picked off by Leo Morris. Wow, and a great catch on the far sideline. That was 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗏, but an incredible play. They have both of us fooled.
Yeah, it's especially with these 10 windows, and we're looking way down, and it's hard to. I couldn't tell. I thought he picked it off.
So it actually that turns the mood. It's 1st and goal now for the Mule Riders. He'll have Gomez in his right hip pocket. He's going to shift him to the left side now. Harris clapping for the ball. It's a quarterback run, and
somebody called a timeout.
Timeout. Southern Arkansas.
Okay.
Their first of the 2nd half.
So they'll have 2 timeouts remaining. We'll step aside for just a moment. After this timeout, it'll be 1st and goal for the Mule Riders here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Do you need to navigate the real estate market? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has trusted real estate experts with deep market knowledge committed to exceptional service. Contact our local Arkadelphia 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 agent Kim Bird to begin searching for your forever home today. Call 870-293-1111 or visit her office in Arkadelphia at 203 South 26th Street, Suite A. Cry like, home is where the heart is.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn, after a big play that had a lot of the crowd and both you and I, Troy Mitchell, fooled up here. Turns into what was seemingly a big play for the Reddies into a 1st and goal for the Mule Riders.
Yeah, he just went up and reached over and caught it. I thought it was intercepted.
Yeah.
Because it's in the far corner. And it's dark in that end zone, and it's with these tinted windows, it was hard to see from where we were at. And I with the reaction of the crowd and everything, I thought it was intercepted.
That's what I thought too, and I saw the official waving, but nonetheless, we trudge on. 1st and goal for the Mule Riders out of the timeout. They'll have 2 left. Harris still in at quarterback. He's going to send Gomez. Flips from his right to his left. Going to be, looks like the same play from earlier. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 1.
Yeah, they seem like any time it's short, they can get it. Of course, they already stopped them on the goal line at the end of the half, but they get that running start and
hard to stop. 2nd and goal coming up from inside the 1. Probably right at the 1. Harris takes the snap. He's going to tuck it and run inside left guard. He stood up at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards. No gain on the play, and 3rd and goal coming up, Troy.
Yep. Now, it's 4-down territory regardless. They're going to just keep running it up that middle until they can get through. They're bringing in the big guys now, bringing a big push.
Yeah, they're bringing in some muscle up front.
Yeah. Because the Reddie's going to have to do it at least 2 more times.
That's Jacob Trussell, the big 6'6" tight end from Georgetown, Texas, into the game. He'll be to the left of the left tackle. And isolated on the near side. Harris takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. He walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Mule Riders. Untouched into the end zone, Troy.
Yeah, and now that big pass play turns everything around. Now the Reddie's going to have to respond. We didn't have anybody score in the 3rd quarter. I feel like we're going to have a bunch of scoring here in this quarter.
Yeah, I hope so, as long as the Reddies end up with more points. So on to attempt the extra point. Hayden Nitz for the Mule Riders. There's Parker with the hold. The extra point is good. So 9:27 left in the ballgame. SAU takes the lead once again, 24-21. We'll step aside. Here's this from Bud Light here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp code, lesson 86. This is how you say, 𝗬𝗏𝗦𝗥𝗕𝗘. It's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. And that's it for today. Bud Light. Crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Sadie, student and team leader.
And I'm Lauren, student and agriculturalist.
When we rise above alcohol and drugs, we reach for, expect, achieve, and accomplish more.
The minute we think about using alcohol or drugs, we lower our chance of living our best life. When we rise above, we respect ourselves and lead by example.
Being drug and alcohol free has always been the best way to be. Let's do this. Join the RAD movement.
And challenge yourself to rise above alcohol and drugs.
This message brought to you by Ouachita Children, Youth, and Family Services Prevention Program.
Back here at Carpenter Haygood Stadium, SAU's put a touchdown on the board. You got any scores for us, Troy?
Well, we tied up in Russellville, 24-24 with 7 minutes to play. That last scoring drive, 11 plays, 70 yards, 4:45 off the clock. Arkansas Tech has the ball at midfield. Here, 7 minutes to play in the 4th quarter.
Another game, not Henderson State. We're already here. OBU and Harding playing tonight in Harding. Last check, it was 7-0 still, was it not?
Yeah, let's double check that here.
A surprising score to some in that Arkansas Tech game. So here's the kickoff. Kicks away. It's a little bit of a pooch kick. It's going to be fair caught at the 32-yard line. That was caught by Joseph Brox. from Rolette, Texas. 1st and 10 for the Reddies coming up. Pretty decent field position. I don't know what the thought process was there.
Yeah,
Unless they were avoiding Pascal.
Could be.
So 1st and 10. Actually, they'll mark it at the 32. Excuse me, not the 31.
Well, they just started the third quarter up in Searcy. 7-0. Harding.
Yeah, long night over there.
They got a 7 o'clock kickoff.
That's true. That's right. So Henderson State will start 1st and 10. Edwards takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Now it's tossed to the far side to Maddox Davis. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get close to the first down marker, a yard short. 2nd down, a good play right there.
We haven't seen that in a while. We got to start getting that tempo back offensively for the Reddies.
So 2nd and 1 coming up at the 41. 9 minutes left in this ball game on this family day here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium. Take the snap, toss to this side. That is Micah Green as he's met at the 43-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for the Reddies.
Just get plus yardage, keep moving the chains. You've got to put points on the board on this drive.
So a 1st and 10 now for the Reddies now. As they're taking as much time as they want to take. Play clock still at 20. They'll send a man in motion. Caden Davis in motion. Edwards takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Jeremiah Davis. Big push ahead. He's going to get past the 50 to the 49, just short of the 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Now you're in that plus territory. Davis all of a sudden got a second burst of energy in this half.
Actually, it'll be 2nd and a long 2 coming up. They are in plus territory. Edwards in the backfield. He is joined by Jeremiah Davis. One receiver isolated at the top, 2 to the bottom here. They'll send Caden Davis in motion. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it off. That is to Jeremiah Davis once again. He is close to the first. He does have the 1st down. To the 46, another 1st down for the Reddies.
Keep moving the chains. As long as you're getting plus yardage.
Matriculating the ball down the field are the Reddies. 1st and 10. Edwards takes the snap. They're going to rush 3. He's going to roll to his right, still looking, and he's going to toss it in the direction of Caden Davis. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. No harm, no foul there. Yeah. Davis might have had a step, but that's a very tough throw to make there.
Right. He was on the run, and he was being pursued was Drew.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Raiders. Almost certainly 4-down territory.
Yeah. You got to get something where it's on this play where it's 3rd and manageable.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Reddies. Trips to the right and a whistle, and looks like, yep, it'll be a false start coming up here. So
false start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That was from our referee tonight, Michael Gervais. We hadn't heard a lot from him in this 2nd half.
Well, that puts us back in our own territory.
2nd and 15 coming up for the Reddies.
It's only the 5th penalty of the game. Reddies whistled with 4. Southern Arkansas just 1.
A very clean game. 2 of those came on the same play. Trips to the right. Edwards will take the snap. Plenty of time. He's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Pass is incomplete, just out past the outstretched glove of Micah Green.
I don't know who he was throwing to. There's 2 guys. I guess Green, but there's another guy coming right. I couldn't see coming right across here at about the 30. Yeah, Caden Davis was coming across from the 30, and I thought that's who he was going for.
3rd and 15 now on the 49-yard line.
Yeah, this is definitely, if you don't get it, you have to punt.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to have to hold them.
Edwards will take the snap. It's a low snap. His big pursuit there. He's going to be brought down. That is 𝗦𝗦𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗘.
He came in from the outside, backside, blind side. Nobody saw him. Nobody touched him. And now the Reddies are forced to punt.
The Reddies will punt here. 6.5 to go here from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Henderson State's defense has stepped it up in this second half. They'll need one more stop. Punting now is Axel Robertson. They're not even chasing this one. Looked like he was going to tuck it and run for a little bit there. It's a spiraling punt. It's going to die at the 6 and roll through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, he may have ran it if he wouldn't have got sacked and didn't need 20 yards on the play.
That's something they kind of showed there. He had a little running start at it, but it was 4th and a mile. So 6 minutes even left on the game clock here at 𝗏𝗏𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗜𝗕𝗥 Stadium. Glad you're here with us tonight on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. I'm Dylan Conley alongside my partner, the Hall of Famer, Troy Mitchell, tonight. HSU need a big stop right here, Troy.
Yeah, I think this is it right here. This is the series. You've got to stop them. Or
keep them out of that 3rd and short area. If you can get them the first 2 downs, I think they can make something happen. So they'll keep Harris.
And Southern Arkansas is going to take as much time off the clock on every
100%. So they will hand off, I believe that was Gomez. No, excuse me. That was not Gomez. That was Kendall Williams. So gain a 6, 2nd and 4 right here, and we have a whistle.
An injured player on the field.
We have an injured Reddie at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is interesting.
Timeout. Henderson. Their first of the 4th quarter.
What you got for us, Troy?
Well, we're 2:22 to play in the game. It's tied up between Monticello and Arkansas Tech. Arkansas Monticello has the ball 1st and 10 on the Arkansas Tech 41.
Arkansas Monticello winless this year in conference play. Them and Northwest Oklahoma State, the only 2 teams without a win in GAC play. Arkansas Tech, one of 3 teams without a loss right now. Both sides trying to change that. But coming into tonight's game, only 2 teams on the GAC are ranked in the top 25. Harding at number 2, and they're going to stay there for a while unless something crazy happens, which still 7-0, I believe, over in Searcy. Harding taking on Ouachita Baptist, and Henderson State moving into the top 25 this week at number 24. 5:40 to go here in the ball game on a beautiful family day, a good Saturday night for football.
Reddies need something happen big defensively.
Harris in the backfield. He's going to move Thomas from his left to his right rear hip pocket. Now he's going to go back to the left. He's got 4 at the top of the formation. Harris takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Thomas, and he's going to barrel forward, have the first down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Southern Arkansas just getting the push, just the push.
So 1st and 10, and again, SAU in no rush here.
They don't have to snap it till under 5 minutes.
Ready still with all 3 timeouts. Harris takes the snap. Not taking as much time as I would think that they would. Thomas will get to the the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and we have a whistle.
I think somebody's helmet came off.
Reggie Ruffin lost his helmet, Ryan Vollmer lost his helmet. So he will come out of the game. Clock is resumed at 4:40 now. Time ticking away. 2nd and 6. Still 20 on the play clock, so they have nothing but time. Of course, the Reddies still have all 3 timeouts. And SAU with only 2. Harris takes the snap. He's looking to throw. in some trouble, rolling out to his right. He's going to throw it over to this side, and
they're calling an incomplete.
Incomplete, okay. Well, it looked like it was either going to be an incompletion or an interception. So that works out either way. So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for the Mule Riders. A big 3rd down right here.
Now this is the play of the game right now.
Big thing is that stops the clock. 4:14 left in the quarter. Crowd here, Carpenter Haygood making some noise here. Two receivers to the right, two at the top of your screen. Harris will take the snap, a little screen. He's got the first down and more.
He's gone. Nobody saw him.
Down the sideline, they're actually going to catch him past the 25.
And that's one of those questionable plays. That was one of those sneak screen outs. Like he was going to come off the field and he stopped.
So it'll be 1st and 10. The clock is moving now. This may not be the worst thing in the world clock-wise, as now there's only so far they can go. Henderson State still has 3 timeouts along with the 2-minute timeout.
But you got to hold them to a field goal.
That is correct. SAU leading 24-21. SAU 2-1 in conference play. Henderson State coming into this week ranked at 3-0 at number 24 in the country. Harris will take the snap. He's going to give it off to Thomas along the left side. He's going to stay in bounds. A gain of around 3 yards. 2nd down coming at 2nd and 8. When do you start taking timeouts, Troy?
Well, you got the 2-minute timeout, don't forget. So I guess they're going to take it now. Oh, no, they got another injured player.
Injured player on the 20-yard line. It looks like it's a Reddie. As the training staff's going to take a look at him over there. It is a Reddie. I want to specify who it is. I can't quite see it.
The Arkansas Tech.
What do you got for us?
Southern. It's still 24-24, 2-minute mark. Arkansas Monticello has the ball at the Arkansas Tech 35, 4th and 1, and they've reached a 2-minute timeout over there.
Barn burner over there, barn burner over here. That was 𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗦𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was the injured Reddie over there. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3:05 left in the game. Henderson State really needs to hold them to, at worst, a field goal. Ball's at the 19. They've entered the red zone.
You know, Southern Arkansas hasn't been called for a hold or anything, any big penalty tonight. And I
don't think either side's been called for a hold, have they?
Yeah, Henderson has been called for a couple.
So 2nd and 8 from the 19. They can still get a first down without getting to 1st and goal. Harris in the backfield along with Thomas. Thomas to his left. Trips to his right. Nobody on the left side of the field. Harris will take the snap, design run to the left side of the field, the short side. They're actually going to bring him down a yard behind the line of scrimmage. And 2:20 to go. We'll see if Henderson wants to spend a timeout here, if they're content to go to the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, they'll take the 2-minute timeout, and then if they can hold them on 3rd down and hold them to a field goal, they'll call a timeout right after the third down play. You don't think Southern Arkansas is going to do anything crazy, because a field goal will make it a 6-point game, forcing Reddie's
This is the 2-minute timeout. Media.
So this is the 2-minute timeout. Strap down the big TV, buckle up. Final 2 minutes coming up. After this break, we'll step aside here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Brookshire's proudly supports the Henderson State Reddies. At Brookshire's, you can save on fuel or groceries with your points, where every dollar you spend earns you 1 point. Plus, score big with meat that is cut fresh daily, and enjoy lower prices on the freshest produce. In a hurry? Let us do the shopping for you with our convenient curbside online ordering and pickup. Visit Brookshires.com to place your order today. Brookshires, your ultimate tailgating destination. Go Reddies and go Brookshires.
Arkansans have trusted the expert surgical teams at Baptist Health for more than a century. And through the years, we've excelled at surgery that puts the patient first. Heart surgery, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, breast cancer surgery, and any surgical challenge you face. At Baptist Health, we put all our effort into perfecting one very particular type of surgery, yours. Learn more at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, for you, for life.
It's crunch time here in Henderson State. Reddie's needing a big stop. They had a big play on that 2nd and 7 right there, 3rd and 8. You got a big score update, Troy. Upset alert.
Yeah, still tied up in Russellville, 24-24, but Arkansas Monticello has the ball. 2nd and 3 from the Arkansas Tech 7. A minute 15 to play there.
3rd down and 8. The biggest play of the ball game. Both sides asking their respective crowds to get pumped up. They'll send a man in motion. Harris will take the snap. Looking to throw here. Pass is complete. They're going to be short of the 1st down marker. Maybe. They're going to ask for a measurement. Depending on this spot, this is a big call coming up here. Actually, they're going to give him the 1st down. Oh, well.
Timeout. Henderson. Their second charge timeout of the half.
So timeout by Henderson State. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Henderson State University is known as the school with a heart. We lift each other up, encourage each other to reach our goals, and celebrate every win together. Because together, we're stronger. Together, we're unstoppable. Together, we're ready. Here, you don't just grow, you belong. Come see why Henderson is the school with a heart. Schedule a campus visit today.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium, a big 1st down, a very close 1st down for the Mule Riders right there, Troy.
Yeah, and Southern Arkansas isn't going to do anything fancy. The Reddies, it says we only have 1 timeout left, so
I noticed that.
Southern Arkansas can just kill it. I mean, they could take a knee, timeout, and then just...
If that's correct, I think you are correct. So, stranger things have happened. They still have to snap the ball. A minute 50 to go. Harris in the backfield, along with Thomas. He'll hand it off up the middle. They're going to run it past the 10. Scrum for the football. It never came out, but it's going to be at the 7.
Timeout. Henderson. Their final timeout of the half.
Yeah, Southern Arkansas could just
take
a knee. Take 40. Well, I guess there still would be some time left.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We'll take a short little break here in just a moment on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
South Central Connect believes our communities deserve more than just promises. They deserve action. That's why they're building and expanding a powerful fiber-to-the-home network that brings high-speed internet and crystal-clear digital phone service to rural areas across the region. They deliver faster internet speeds, unlimited data, and reliable support, all with no commitments. Try them risk-free and experience the difference fiber makes.
Back here at Carpenter-Haygood Stadium on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. This game has fit the billing tonight. We thought this would be an excellent game between two teams that have a chance to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and now it's Southern Arkansas. They can get a 1st down, and it would be...
The math ain't mathing right now. Harris will take the snap. They'll hand it off once again. He's stopped in the backfield.
And Henderson can't stop the clock.
Can't stop the clock. It'll be 3rd down.
I'll take it below a minute. Even if Henderson stops them, they're not going to have much time.
No.
They're going to have like 20 seconds if they can. Because Southern Arkansas is not going to pass. They're going to run the football. And they're going to they may take it all the way down, call a timeout. That's what looks like Southern Arkansas is going to do.
Well, it's 3rd down, so they might get less than 20 seconds if they're lucky. They got to line up. Harris will take the snap. They'll hand it off once again. He's met in the backfield. So there's about a 10-second difference.
Yeah, the Reddies would need a miracle right now. Speaking of a miracle, so would Arkansas Tech. Monticello's gone up 31-24, less than a minute to go.
Wow. How much time is left, you say?
1:01.
Okay. So there is a 10-second difference between the game clock and the play clock right now. So
they'll take a timeout here.
Yeah, I think they're going to run this all the way down and take their second to last timeout.
Down at 10 seconds.
Timeout. Southern Arkansas. Their second timeout of the half.
So with 10 seconds to go, SAU facing a 4th down. Henderson State looks like they will have a shot here in just a moment. We'll step aside here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Chicken Express is proud to be a part of Arkadelphia and support the Henderson State Reddies. Stop in and try one of their great combo meals, from chicken tenders to fried chicken, wings, and even their fantastic catfish. Chicken Express, where they always appreciate the customer with fast, friendly service and the best quality food. Home of the legendary Chicken E-Sweet Tea. That's Chicken Express off I-30, exit 73 in Arkadelphia.
Back on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. 4th and 8 coming up for the Mule Riders. This is you're in an interesting spot.
If I'm Southern Arkansas, I just start running backwards.
Yeah?
I've
seen that.
Just run, get the 10 seconds off, run backwards, avoid the tackle, and let the clock run out.
Oh, leaving the offense out there.
Yeah, but snap it in the shotgun and then just start running this way.
I have a feeling we might see that. 10 seconds to go. It's 4th down. They'll take the snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he is short of the line to gain. So it will be a turnover on downs for Henderson State. They do get the stop. Just doesn't seem like there's enough time, but they do have time.
They got to throw the 95-yard touchdown pass.
Wouldn't be a school record, but it'd be awful close. But so Henderson
they're going to play prevent. You see that?
Yes.
They're going to play prevent.
Yes, they're going to have one guy back. They're going to have they're going to have Jalen Blackston. They had him lined up at the 50. They're going to have Xavier McLaughlin lined up as well. They're going to be spread out. Normally they might put one more just as a center fielder, but Henderson State will have one opportunity. Maybe there could be some magic. Well, we got a whistle.
I think Southern Arkansas wants a timeout.
Can't take it with them, so.
Timeout. Southern Arkansas, their final of the game.
So that is their final timeout. Everyone's out of timeouts now. We'll take a small break. We'll be right back in just a moment for the final play of the game here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
For Henderson State apparel and souvenirs, stop by the Reddie Bookstore, located on the HSU campus in the Garrison Center. Open before every game. You can also purchase apparel and gift items under the Reddie Bookstore tent at all home football games. The Reddie Bookstore is open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Reddie Bookstore or online at www.reddiebookstore.com. The Reddie Bookstore, proud supporters of Henderson State Athletics.
So one final play, it looks like, for the Reddies. They're lined up at the 5. SAU will have 8 men lined at least 15 to 20 yards off the ball. Here's the final play. Edwards is going to complete it at the 10. Now they're going to just throw it around for some backyard football, and we'll see what happens here. And he's going to get out of the end zone as Edwards, so it won't be a safety. And SAU has come to Carpenter-Haygood Stadium and got a 24-21 victory over the number 24 ranked Reddies.
Yeah, Reddie's offense just wasn't clicking like they should. Southern Arkansas's defensive backs did the job for them, and they had their offensive front was just a little bit too much for the Reddie defense. They just played a great ball game. Southern Arkansas that played their ball game, mixing the run with the short pass, and they'll go home with the victory.
So Henderson State falls to 3-1 and more than likely will fall out of the rankings. SAU, they got a big win tonight, so they will improve to 3-1 and will leapfrog the Reddies tonight in the standings tonight. We will take a short little break and bring you the post-game show. This is Henderson State football on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and unwind in style at our Forbes recommended hotel. Find bliss at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa, the Astral Spa, and savor exceptional dining at the Oak Room and Bar and the Bugler, both Forbes recommended. Feel the rush of live thoroughbred racing from December 12th through May 2nd. Book your Oaklawn experience today at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Proud supporter of the Henderson Reddies. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have an idea that you'd like to see on a t-shirt? Printmania can help you turn your idea into a reality. Printmania offers a variety of t-shirts for you to choose from. We also have personalized service, which will allow you to work with an artist who will help you create your t-shirt. Printmania also does embroidery and engraving. Come visit us at 624 Main Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-246-3803. Printmania, proud supporters of Henderson State University.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Back here on the Henderson State Sports Network, presented by Oaklawn. Reddies come up short in this one, 24-21. A good game tonight. Everything that we expected it to be. You just wish it was in favor of the Rays tonight. But Troy, you got some stats for us.
Yeah, some things that really stick out for me. 24 first downs for Southern Arkansas to 16. Southern Arkansas carried the ball 52 times for 185 yards, had 256 yards passing. Henderson State rushed the ball 26 times for 92 yards for 215 yards. But Southern Arkansas, 80 offensive plays for 441 yards. The Reddies ran just 53 plays for 307. The time of possession, 34 minutes and 26 seconds for Southern Arkansas to 25-34 for Henderson State. Look at the third down conversions, 10 of 18 for SAU, 6 of 10 for Henderson State. You go down just quickly, some individuals. Gomez carried the ball 12 times for 53 yards. Harris 13 times for 40 yards. Harris also completed 11 of 15 passes for 198 yards. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 times for 66 yards. Andrew Edwards, 18 of 27, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had the 91-yard pass play. Receiving, Maddox Davis, 6 catches for 34 yards. Taylon Pascal, he'd be my player of the game.
Tonight.
Four catches for 132 yards, including the 91-yard touchdown reception. And pretty much, it was just the offense. 441 yards to 307. That has to be probably the most Henderson's given up this year, or pretty close. And I have a final for you. Arkansas Monticello 31, Arkansas Tech 24. So if Harding, who's winning 21-7, holds on to win, they'll be the lone team undefeated in the conference.
So really, Henderson State won't lose much ground in the conference. They would still stay in an essential tie for second place right now. But again, it's a tough game tonight for the Reddies tonight. They will be on the road next week. They will take on Southwestern Oklahoma State University in Weatherford, Oklahoma. So that'll be a fun trip. See if the Reddies can bounce back.
The next 2 weeks are the Arkansas versus the Oklahoma schools. The next 2 weeks. So the Reddies have the Southwestern Oklahoma State and then come home for a Hall of Honor game, the Northwestern Oklahoma State here at 1 o'clock. Now we go back to our 1 o'clock afternoon games here at Carpenter Haygood, now that we'll be into October.
Yeah, so the sun's going to start setting early, and then they got a big one the next week against Harding University. The week after that game you were talking about, that's homecoming week, so those will be our next 2 broadcasts here.
Not the smart game for homecoming, that's for sure.
But hey, they can be beat, as you said earlier. But Troy, any final thoughts on tonight?
There were a lot of missed tackles tonight, and they're going to have to correct that. They just did not get much pressure, even though they were quick passes on the quarterback. There's a couple things they're going to have to work defensively, but the offense, you can't get going and then just stop for so long, and then the defense is on the field so long, So there's just a couple things they got to work better on tackling, and really they're going to have to get that ground game established a little bit more. They've done it in the past. Tonight they just couldn't get it done, and if you're going to, make it to the playoffs, you're going to pretty much have to run the table, and you're going to have to get that ground game because you still got, Southern. You still got Harding and Ouachita left to play and Arkansas Tech on the Arkansas side, but you've got the Oklahoma teams, which you should beat, but you never know in this conference. It just depends on who's playing. They didn't turn the ball over. They did a good job protecting the football, but you just can't have those 3 and outs when you do something big defensively.
Yeah, just Henderson State could not get the stop when they needed it. They did get that stop at the end of the first half, but other than that, they were unable to get the big stop.
And that kept them in the game. That kept them in the game. And you thought, when they stopped them, Southern Arkansas at the beginning or second or third quarter and everything, and both teams could not score. And then when the Reddies finally took the lead, you thought, okay, now they've got the momentum. Can they stop them? But then Southern Arkansas went right down and scored.
And it was just a back-and-forth game. Again, it was a game that could have got ugly if they didn't get that stop on the last and the first possession of the first and second half. But, again, our final score tonight, Southern Arkansas wins this one 24-21. We thank you for tuning in tonight on the Henderson State Sports Network presented by Oaklawn. Troy, it was a pleasure. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
So, again, final score. SAU wins this one 24-21. On behalf of my partner, Troy Mitchell, I'm Dylan Conley. Wishing you a good rest of your evening, and go Reddies.